Hey y'all, welcome to the Taurus Full Moon reading. I am redoing the Taurus Full Moon ceremony. As you know, the Taurus Full Moon that also was an eclipse happened on Friday, November 19th. However, the recording wasn't as clear. You couldn't hear the audio, so I have to re-record. And this is what we're doing now. So before we get into all the gist of what is the Taurus Full Moon, let us clear the energy first and foremost. I already have the sage lit up. Spirit, please clear this energy of any interruptions, any negativity, anything that keeps us in the lowest vibration. Let the energies and positivity be of clear-mindedness, be of stability, be of abundance, be of healing, and let the messages come in as clear and as thorough for our overall abundance. Ashe, ashe. Let's clear out the room and the energies around the tarot decks. Okay. Let's make sure the fire is out. Into this. Okay. Alrighty, so that's that. Let's do an inhale and an exhale with the singing bowl. We're going to do 3 taps, and as I said, we're going to inhale and exhale with the singing bowl. Okay. And then for me, if you have, definitely indulge. But for me, I have this lavender spray, all natural. I'm going to inhale and exhale this so I can be present when it comes to lavender. Lavender is known as healing, is known as an energy and a scent that brings you grounding. So that's what I'm going to do so I can be in the mode and in the mood for this particular Taurus full moon / eclipse reading. Okay, I think I got everything together. Let me actually close the window a little bit so no outside energies and outside sound comes into the reading. So let me do that real quick. Okay, a little bit of fresh air, but not enough to disturb what we're doing here. So as you can see, these are the decks that we will be using. We're going to start off with the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck, move on to the Moonology deck, pair it off with the Dark Mirror deck. This is where we're going to get into the subconscious, and we're going to get into some of that shadow work. And then a Self-Care Oracle card to wrap up the whole thing, as well as, because this is also a predictions tarot reading, we have the Modern Witch Tarot for each individual houses, so all 12 signs at the end, to see what are some predictions and some messages. Because I did do this, again, like I said, on the Taurus full moon / eclipse, which was yesterday, Friday, November 19th. So I know the messages, and I want to see how on par these messages are in comparison to yesterday. So let us first define, why are we here? Like, what is this thing called the Taurus full moon? Like, what is that about? So Tauruses, or Taurus in general, is the second house. So in all of the zodiac signs, Taurus is the second, between Aries, which is the first, and Gemini, which is the third. Tauruses, or the second house, is known for the house of possession. So this is what you have. This is your material worth. This is also what gives you stability, what gives you passion. Tauruses are known for a lot of things. One of them is they like nice things. Another thing is that they like money, and they like stability, and they like love, and they like that indulging in the nicer things, the brighter side of life. And then eighth house, which is this season, Scorpio season, is the energy of releasing, renewing, cutting people, places, and things out of your life because it no longer serves you. It's very much about that shadow work, facing your fears, and then defining what's the new chapter. Every ending brings a new beginning. So what is that, right? So that's the energies that will be pulling from, as well as this particular Taurus eclipse / full moon will be affecting us all because we're all a part of the collective, all 12 signs, but in particular, the fixed signs. So this is Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. So if your moon, sun, rising are in those particular signs, or those are messages that you connect with the most, those 4 signs will be impacted the most, in particular Taurus and Scorpios, but the collective in general are going to get thorough messages, right? So now I gave you a little bit of brief overview on that. Let us see what's going on with the astrology. I love knowing what's going on with the planets, what's going on with the universe. So let's pull up where the planets are situated in the outer space right now. So currently, Mercury is in Scorpio, Venus is in Capricorn, Mars is in Scorpio, Jupiter is in Aquarius, Saturn is in Aquarius, Uranus is retrograde in Taurus, Neptune is retrograde in Pisces, Pluto is in Capricorn, and Chiron, which is not a planet, more like an asteroid, but nonetheless, it matters within our particular solar system, especially when we're reading about the planets and how it affects us. Chiron is in retrograde in Aries. So there's a whole lot of push and pull energies, and the energies of like, quote unquote, be a man. And it's interesting because that's one of the phrases that came out as I was doing divination yesterday. And it's not necessarily be a man in the sense of like patriarchy, toxic patriarchy, I'm the leader, authoritarian, but it's like step up to the plate, speak your truth, end certain things that no longer serve you, speak up for yourself, have boundaries, advocate for yourself, break limitations, like stand up in your life, be your own advocate, right? And if not, literally, spirit, the energies right now is like, you're either going to stand up for yourself out of free will, or we're going to make the situation so trite, so stagnant, so tough, lethargic, like literally trying to walk through quicksand. And you're going to either be in a position where you're like, I'm through, I'm fed up, I just gotta do something different. Or you're going to be in the energy of trying to make a thing until it like collapses on you, and then you're going to have to deal with the issue at hand and come up with a different plan. And that's one of the situations, honestly, which I think is one of the worst outcomes when it comes to not wanting to go with the energies, not wanting to listen to your intuition, because spirit will put it on you, and you will go through certain situations where it's like you can't avoid it. It's picking at you, it's pushing you, it's pulling you, it's stagnating you. It's always in front of your face until you deal with the issue at hand, right? I know for some Tauruses, Bolvine, me being a Taurus in the 8th house, sometimes we like to stick to things because it's familiar, or we're hoping that things will eventually change. So we give it more time than we actually need to. And when we do that, we actually end up hindering ourselves, and we end up becoming bitter. We end up becoming jaded because we already knew this situation wasn't it. But we try to make a thing for whatever reason. And it's best that we take initiative and change what we see fit versus the universe or the people, places, and things that no longer serve us, that we're attached to, push us in a direction where we have to change. And usually in that quick, fast, in a hurry type of pace. Now, I'm pulling up an article from Cosmopolitan in regards to what is this Taurus eclipse giving us, and then we will get into the reading. The lunar eclipse in Taurus wants you to let go. This is time for release. Whew. Are y'all ready for the eclipse or nah? Enter this eclipse season with gratitude and willingness to move forward. There are two major modalities that will be at play during the full moon and lunar eclipse in Taurus on November 19th, 2021 at 3:57 a.m. Lunar eclipses are also full moons. The full moon, which rules over our intuition and emotions, will be in the fixed sign Taurus, opposing the sun in fixed sign Scorpio. These planetary alignments call for us to take stock of what assets, resources, and strengths we have developed. We may be inclined to hold on to certain experiences, people, and memories that we have accumulated over the years. According to astrologer and co-founder of Nova Network, Time Ho No Kerr, the way that she spells it is actually pretty hilarious. Chaos is simply a catalyst for radical change to manifest in our lives. Just like the Big Bang, if you allow your evolution to unfold, a beautiful universe will emerge. So don't be too shy to release what needs to go, especially because this is an eclipse. The universe will help your hand release its grips, and you'll let go of what is no longer intended to stay in your life. During this eclipse, unlike the luminaries, aka the sun and moon, which are both in fixed signs, the north node and south nodes of the moon are in mutable signs. Even though we have grown accustomed to, possibly even comfortable with our current setups, the mutable energy from this eclipse will challenge us to move towards new networks and the great unknown. There is literally no need to force anything when there are eclipses. Just smile and approach the universe with an open mind and a sense of wonder. Okay, so it literally is the energy let go and let God, and the energies of just let it be. Again, it's kind of like when we try to make a thing, just let it happen. Because the more we try to dominate something, control something, make a thing, the more it constricts, the harder it gets. And we end up trying to literally push a mountain. It's not going to move. So instead of trying to make a thing, you act accordingly. Someone treats you wrong, you don't sit there and try to psychoanalyze why they did it. You act accordingly because this person knew what they were doing when they did it. So why are you acting like you don't get what's going on here? You know? Let me put some lip gloss on because I realize I'm a little bit dry. And if you watch content on this channel and you actually see my face, you know I got lips. So I need to make sure them things are moisturized. And definitely check out other content on this YouTube channel. I do content in regards to process painting, mindfulness, self-care, and all that jazz. Is very low-key. I get into some paintings, and it's a vibe. It's a good time, especially if y'all do have mental health needs, which is totally okay. Now, as I am putting on lip gloss and actually moisturizing my hand, things I should have done beforehand, but we're here now, aren't we? Let me grab my glasses real quick, like I'm Mother Goose. And we're going to get into the reading. Again, like I said, we're going to start off with the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck, see what is the chakra energy for the collective, as well as just to give you some FYI so you know what you're getting into. The way I'm going to do these readings is the fact that I'm going to be doing them by modes. So what does that mean? That means that I'm going to do fixed signs, mutable signs, cardinal signs. Okay, so that means fixed signs: Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo. Move on to mutable. That would be Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces. Then we'll move on to cardinal. Cardinal would be Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, Libra. So that's the way I'm going to do the readings. And then, like I said, at the end, pull up some cards for the individual 12 signs. Boom, boom, bam. So let's start off with fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever. If it applies to you, this might be your message. Now I feel like I covered all my bases. Let me check something real quick. Okay, so let's get into some shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And like I said, we're going to be using all of these 4 decks. And we're going to do them pile by pile by pile. You'll see what I mean as we go on with this reading. So you don't really got to trip. We going to ride this thing out together. We're going to do 12 shuffles of each of the decks. We're already at 3, going on 3 right now. 3, 4. Should have counted the other way around, right? Like a countdown. 5. How is your weekend? Hopefully y'all have plans this weekend, even if it's just chilling in the house, taking it slow. Maybe you're going out with friends. I don't know about y'all, but tomorrow, I believe, I have agreed to go to a Friendsgiving. I don't know if y'all do that, but like that's a thing, and I'm invited to one. Maybe y'all will be participating in something like that. Thanksgiving is on the way, so you know, the family, the holidays, that might bring up some traumatic feelings or some type of shadow issues that you may have not dealt with or you thought you dealt with, but they're coming back around. We'll see what that's about with the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. I believe we're on 9 right now. Go to 10. 11. I don't know about y'all, but the way I shuffle, like to shuffle all the way around. Like I'll shuffle, let me give you visuals. I will shuffle this way, where it's the long way, and I also will shuffle this way, which is like the short way. I shuffle all the way around. I don't know if you have cards or decks, and if you do, is that how you do what you do? Okay, so like I said, we're going to cut the deck in 3s for each of the modes. Boom, 3 decks. Slide that thing up. Okay, then we're moving on to the Moonology deck. And with the Moonology deck, as you can assume, it does have to do with the moon. So within this particular deck, it has all the full moons, all the new moons, special moons like Mawani moon, Gibbous moon, blue moon. It defines them. It has messages for the collective, and sometimes even like sayings and mantras to help those who are looking for answers. So that's the Moonology deck. And I know it's the Taurus full moon, so it's like, okay, but the full moon's in Taurus, like, what's the point? But it's like, what about the Taurus full moon for the individual modes that are a little bit more deeper, or certain aspects of Taurus that could be beneficial for the collective? If I can get the cards to act right. Okay. I think we are on 6. I don't necessarily count them like in the sense of like, it has to be this, that, this, that. I'm going with the flows. And it is close to the end of the year. I did say that in yesterday's reading, that it's interesting how when we're closer to the end of the year, we're like, oh my God, this year went by so fast. Like, oh my God. By the time it's September, it's like, oh, the year's almost over. It went by so fast. But like when it's May or when it's like March, we're like, oh my God, it's so long. We have so much time. We have so much time. And do we? And what is time? Time, space, what is that like? Just how we live down here in the hip life. Okay. I think we're good here. Let's do another pile. Do this. And this. Okay. And then we're going to move on to the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. No, that's last. We're moving on to the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. This is where we get that shadow work. We get some of that Scorpionic energy, that Pluto energy of what we need to face, release, transmute, and ascend from. So let's get some messages for the collective. What's going on? What's going on? Feeling some Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Is there something you got to confront? Is there something socially or politically? I know it's global warming. I know that there was that Maslow. I said Maslow. I literally slipped my mind. Scotland, right? The climate summit. Maslow. I don't know why I'm saying Maslow, but it's not Maslow. And I know it's not Maslow, but just Maslow's coming out of my mouth. Maybe because of hierarchy of needs. And like if the earth isn't here, then all of our needs are no longer viable, right? Glass cloud? I don't know why my mouth is tripping. I see the words in my head, but for some reason my mouth is just not pronouncing the town right. But maybe it's the lack of ability to define your needs, define your wants. Maybe that's what some of the collective is feeling right now. Maybe because of climate change, because of the climate right now, just in general, political, economic, you might just feel like a loss for words. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll do that. And we'll do that. And then we will finally finish off with the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. Let's do some final shuffles. Maybe someone's deciding it is time to go to therapy. Maybe someone's realizing their childhood wasn't as great as it was. It's kind of like hindsight is 2020. When we look back at things, we tend to glamorize things. But I feel like maybe someone's looking back at things and was like, no, I was always living in that Neptunian, glamorized energy, that energy of rose-colored glasses. Maybe someone took theirs off and they're realizing like, this isn't it. It's kind of like when you are a bandwagoner or a D-writer, you kind of just want to be a part of something, or you just want to play nice, so you kind of turn a blind eye. And maybe this is the season where it's like, I'm not turning a blind eye, like F that, whatever I was on, F that. I'm feeling like someone's saying F that. Like someone's breaking the rules, breaking traditions, someone's calling something out, calling people out. Like someone decided like they don't want to live in a lack of authenticity. It's just like, no, F all this bullish. Like, no, I'm calling people out. I'm calling myself out. Like, F all this. I feel like someone's in the energy, kind of like anarchy, but not out of just chaos, just to be chaotic. It's just like, no, I'm pulling everybody's card. Like, this is the time where I cannot be fake with y'all. I cannot bullshit y'all. Like, this is what it is. Let's do 2 more shuffles. Feeling the energy, and it's not bad energy. If anything, it's like mixing things up, that Mars and Scorpio energy, shaking things up, kind of like tower moment. But it's not out of chaos. It's really out the energy of like, I'm just tired of being disingenuous. And then bullishing with people, bullishing with myself, bullishing with time, you know, not standing up for myself, not speaking of my own particular needs, maybe chasing the ideals of society, the benchmarkers. I got to do this, I got to be that, you know, whoop-de-whoop. When you realize at the end of the day, does it really matter? And you're realizing that, nah, it really doesn't matter. What I was told was a lie. It's like someone's realizing like what they were told in life was a lie. And now they're like, oh, bump this. I don't like how I cut that. Let's cut here. Let's cut here. And let's cut here. Cool. So my desk is kind of small and the angle's kind of awkward. But nonetheless, we're going to work with what we have. And these are all of the cards for decks in order. And again, for the viewers, fixed, mutable, cardinal. So we're going to start off with the fixed: Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo. So our first card within this pile is impartiality. Interesting. So that's what we have. As y'all can see, let me make it so y'all can see. You see that this is a spiritual being, and you see that they have paints with them. And I was just talking about painting, right? This is someone who's covering the mural. I feel like this is like rebuilding. This is kind of like a devastation. Like, let's say, for example, the earthquake in Haiti. Like, after something cataclysmic, y'all know I'm be tripping on my words, but like something that's just so abrupt and so devastating, so like tumultuous, that it shakes things up, of course. But then it's like, what do you do after the fact? Are you going to live in rubble? Are you going to live in like what was and what is no longer standing? Or are you going to rebuild that mural? Are you going to repaint that mural? Or are you going to stand up in your authenticity, right? As you can see, and you see that this is the crown chakra energy. This is asking us to think above, to think more, to think outside of the box. It's like literally manifesting that magician energy, as above, as below. It's asking you to expand your horizon, see the limitations, and say that that's not going to be my answer for not doing. Yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, I'm going to have a lot of mistakes and step backs and have to take detours, but that's not going to disincentivize me to not go out for what I truly believe in, especially if this is something bigger than yourself, especially if this is something communal wise, or you feel like this is a part of your life path. Like, you cannot just stand by and not participate, especially if this is in the sense of community, because I'm feeling the energy of wanting to come back to community, want to be a part of community. This could be like beautifying your community, cleaning things up, doing community service. But what I am seeing here is like there might be some entities, there's some spirit guides, some ancestors who are kind of giving you the cheat code. Especially if you are an artsy person, you're into theater, you're into painting, you're into like utilizing your hands in mixed media. I feel like that energy is a divine link. It's like an energy source from the divine straight to your dome. And I feel like with this particular energy, the way that you communicate, the way that you see life is through light, is through arts, is through the unseen, the unknown, is through that Piscean energy of like connective intuition, psychology. And I feel like because of that, people may underestimate you, people may not see your value. But once you're able to paint the image, communicate, tap into their still waters of their astral planes, of their spirituality, of their nature, of their humanity, once you're able to break down those walls, scorpionic tower moment, that's when they too can participate in their crown chakra, open up their crown chakra, and y'all can work as a community, as one force, as one people, to change your image, to change your community. So work as one. It's kind of like bringing all power sources together and being like this, like one entity. It's kind of like when, I don't know if y'all kids know about Power Ranger, but it's kind of like Power Ranger, where it's like, go Power Ranger, like they're their own individual Power Ranger, but when they come together, they come together like Voltron. They're a whole different entity. And I feel like that in a sense of community and a sense of family for the fixed sign collective. Then we have Pisces. Did I not just say Piscean energy? I'm feeling heavy Piscean energy. Look at how we here. We got full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. Yes, it's literally, I'm feeling the energy of the magician. You have all the cards. You have the cover of this particular deck, the Modern Witch Tarot deck, is literally the magician. You have all the abilities within you. On some Whitney Houston, I'm every woman, it's all in me. Like, you have all you have it all. But you need to know how to utilize it. It's like you can't just have a machete and just be pulling it out. If you are a ninja, if you are a warrior, if you are a samurai, if you pulling it out, you pulling to a defeat at all costs. Just like you don't just pull out the gun just to pull out the gun. If you're pulling out the gun, that means you're feeling to pull out the trigger. If not, don't pull out the gun. And I feel like with y'all are starting to utilize the tools that you have, especially if it's spiritual, okay? Piscean energy, crown chakra energy, especially if it is spiritual divination. You're getting insights, you're getting clairvoyance, you're able to hear things, see things, and be able to predict things. This is a form of divination. Hello, tarot reading. Maybe you're getting better at that and you're getting more deeper messages. Maybe you're able to create and manifest your future, manifest the outcomes. Maybe you're seeing like you are not just this thing, this helpless thing, but you are co-creating with spirit, because spirit is within you. Spirit is nature. Spirit, nature is all around us. So it's not a either or opposition or we're outside of something. All of it is within us. All of it is in one. All of it is together. And I feel like with this particular energy, you're learning that it's coming into the visible eye, as that we're not disconnected. We are all one. We are all from the same source. But with this balance, spirituality and practicality, what spirit is asking of us, just not to escape on the fact that, you know, some people, when they get their intuition, to get their spiritual downloads, now they think they the magician. Now they think like they're the first one to ever do it. Don't take this energy as like a means to dictate to other people, castigate other people, look down on other people, be nosy and read other people's energy signatures that has nothing to do with you. Mind your business. What spirit is saying is that with great, with great gifts, with great power comes great responsibility. So spirit's asking, how you feeling to move now that you got the keys? Now that you got the spiritual keys, how you feeling to move? Are you going to be Hitler or are you going to be Christ-like? How you feeling to move? And then we have Naked Before the Stars, number 18. And we know 18 is the moon card in tarot, traditional tarot. So as you can see, this is a little thicky yanni, mommy yanni, and it says naked before the stars. So again, this energy, this Piscean energy, this cosmic energy, this divine energy, naked before the stars. Spirit sees you in ways that you don't see yourself. And this is the interesting thing that I learned about spirituality. Spirituality, unlike any other form of, let's say, connectedness to a source, whether let's say traditional religion, spirit is not here to tell you what you need to do, what you don't need to do. Spirit's not here to force your arm. Spirit is very much of free will. Spirit does have natural consequences. When you do something, you say something, you gotta, stand on your square. You gotta be able to, be about your itch. But spirit is not in the energy of trying to control you, right? A lot of people often ask, why don't God give me the answers? Why don't God do this? Why don't God do that? And it's just like, if God would just tell you everything to do and you would do it, wouldn't that make you a slave? Wouldn't that make you a puppet? Wouldn't that not make you in the position to navigate your life the way you best see fit? What would make you any different than Pinocchio from the Disney story? I'm a real boy, but you're really a puppeteer. Spirit doesn't want to be your puppeteer. Spirit wants you to make your own decision in your own pathway and claim it. The good, bad, and the ugly, claim it. Because you can always reverse it. You can always restore it. You can always bounce back. But spirit is not going to be here to tell you what to do and how to do it, because this is your life. And you know how we be as humans. You know how we be when we do something and it does not turn out the way that we thought it does, well, that it should. We the first ones to be like, but you told me I should have done that and I did that. God don't want to hear that ish. If we as humans don't want to hear that ish from somebody else, someone who can't hold their own accountability, someone who doesn't want to be accountable for what they done did, someone who feels entitled, someone who's codependent, we don't want to be responsible for that energy. Spirit's saying the same thing too. Spirit does not want to be responsible for that. Spirit's going to guide you. Spirit's going to drop some green flags and red flags. Spirit's going to help you tap into what you know. Spirit's going to help you tap into your common sense. But at the end of the day, the way that you choose to play this game, that's on you. That's not on spirit. So let us read from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck to see what the this way. What the booklet has to say about the Naked Before the Stars cord. And this is card number 18. This is literally a fire truck right in front of my building. And I'm just kind of like, why? It's not yelling. There's no emergency. It's just chilling. I don't know if someone called for a health check or something. I'm not sure. Naked before the stars, moon phase, first quarter stage acceptance. Accepting your own beauty in size, color, age, and fat. Visual seed. A beautiful curvy woman wears lacy lingerie. One is a black corset and she kneels in her full sensuality under the lights of a million artificial stars. Sentence. There is no perfection that is worth enough. There is imperfection, as proud as the heavens, going dark. What do we see when we look in a mirror? Do we see something we like or something we dislike? Something we care or something we are slave of? Again, that energy. Spirit is not here to be a dictator. You have all the free will and the agency to move how you see fit, but you still gonna accrue that karmic baggage if you indulge in karmic energy. Natural consequences. But spirit's not gonna stop you from you. You should have enough sense and self-awareness and connection with humanity, your community spirit, to be able to be like, I don't move like that, or that's me. But you shouldn't, again, want someone to hold your hand as if you're in like preschool. Just like we have levels to this thing called personal development, there's levels to this thing of spirituality. Like they say, God looks over what? The sick and the foolish, the young and the dumb, something like that. It's kind of like the same thing too. As you get older, spirit expects more from you. And spirit's not going to give you an excuse, and spirit's not going to hold your hand. The way spirit will have space and grace for an 8-year-old is not the way spirit's going to have space and grace for a 38-year-old. The expectations are different. Let's continue reading. There is imperfection, as proud as the heavens, going dark. What do we see when we look in a mirror? Models to the beauty queens and kings of the internal pageant, to our inner self, to the idea we had when we were younger, to the eyes of the people loving us. I wonder what feelings the words curvy, cute, chubby, fat, rounded arouse within us. If a smile or distaste or recognition. To quest for beauty is not an empty quest. Even if beauty is not as deep as the ocean, still when we shine, our world becomes better, brighter. But we will always feel naked in front of the stars. We should just learn not to blush and stand proudly. I feel like with this energy, especially naked before the stars, what I'm seeing with this is be your authentic self. And this is just part of the process, the part of the process of life. You got to accept you. You got to love you. You got to nurture you. You got to dig deep, not even dig deep, but swim deep. Immerse your body deep in those Piscean energies. It's giving me very much star card within the tarot deck, the star, right? Be of honor, be of grace, be of dignity. Right? Have your moralities, but don't start trying to dictate what the world should be because of your personal moral codes, in a sense of being a dictator. But also don't participate in things that you know is going to F you up because you were trying to chase the gaze, you were trying to clout chase, you were trying to bandwagoner, you were trying to D-ride. That's not you. That's not, you know what's you, you know what's not you. Why are you doing things that are unbecoming of you? If you are. And if you're not, you're good. Let's pull out a sacred oracle card. I kid you not. Look at the stars. I kid you not. I just love when I do these divination. It's just like this. It's just like this. 31, look at the stars. I feel like with this particular energy, as you can see, the zodiac signs and everything, and I am reading the energies under this Taurus full moon that also happens to be an eclipse, right? With this particular energy, I feel like, for real, if you really want my opinion, I feel like someone needs to go into nature. Like on some, like, if you ever watched this music video, and if you haven't, check it out, you can find it on YouTube. It's from MGMT, long throwback there. The song that goes, do, do, shock me like electric field, do, do. Shock me like electric feel. And the energy around that is literally like some 70s hippie. We're in the forest, like praising the natural elements. Like we got tusk of lions. Not lions don't have tusks, but like tusk of elephants on our heads. It's just the energy of just being in your nomadic, archaic, you can even say primitive elements, and being in touch with nature, being in touch with your true self, your naked self, and being okay being seen in that light. Because so many times we try to value ourselves via like how much we can fit into the expectation, into the gaze, into society's mold. And then we forget who we authentically are. And with this energy, Spirit is asking you to take off all that fake-ish. Like you are more than your degree. You are more than your marriage. You are more than your social club. You're more than your social status. You're more than all of that. You are God's child. You are divine by nature. And I feel like with this energy, Spirit is like shaking all of that. Like remove all of that. Bare yourself. Bare your soul to yourself. Because the ancestors already saw you. The Spirit already saw you. Spirit knows what you look like naked. So like, who you fronting to? Who you fronting to? Fixed signs. I'm interested and I'm curious, so I'm going to read into the impartiality and seeing what that has within the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck before we move on to the mutable signs, especially in regards to like being vulnerable and communing and the energy, that Piscean energy. It's very intriguing to me. Impartiality. So let us read. Bahan Beige. I quietly listen, allowing you to color your own palette. Bahan is the wise dictator from the town of Beige. She is known for settling disputes fairly. One day, two neighbors are arguing about what color to paint their fence. Baha gives each of them a can of paint and instructs them to paint their side of the fence the color that the other neighbor wants. She knows that when they can color their world in the love of their neighbor's eyes, that communing coming together. She knows that when they color their world in love of their neighbor's eyes, they will understand and accept each other. Inspiration. Take an impartial look at your situation. The action here is to listen and observe. Personal inquiry. If I step back from my present situation, what do I see? Can I be neutral? Key ideas. Neutral position. Allowing things to unfold. Stand in others' shoes. Uplifted communication. Keywords. Guide. Open-minded. Fairness. Meditation. As a mist forms, take a few deep breaths. Baha Beige beckons you into the mist. When you are ready, allow her energy and knowledge in. If something happens, then allow it to happen. But you are to follow, not lead. Nothingness is the goal. Open your eyes when you are ready and thank Baha for reminding you to be with yourself. Your authentic self. Reminder, if you was stirred, you wasn't sure, you can never go wrong when you bet on yourself, when you choose yourself. And I also want to read the Look to the Stars because it's calling me. And I think it's calling you all fixed signs too. So let us read. Number 31. Look into the stars. Mantra. The stars reflect my magic. Didn't I say the magician card? As above, as below. This ancient aphorism represents how our human experience reflects the movements of the stars and the universe. Just as our ancestors did, we can look into the heavens for insight into our shared experiences as people on this planet. It's communing. It's not right or wrong. It's not my way or the highway. It's being. It's fluid. It's together. It's that watery Piscean healing and restorative energy. Not being stale, not being rugged. It's really like incorporating that mutable energy. Astrology is a powerful tool of recognizing patterns, impacting the collective consciousness, which we can often see play out among our friends, family, lovers, community, and our own life. Deepen your understanding of yourself and the astrological patterns through self-study or by working with a professional astrologer. Hey, girl. As you tune into the different astrological seasons, you can gain great insight into what energies are flowing in your favor. This practice will allow you to flow with the energies instead of feeling like you are swimming in opposition to the currents of life. Journal prompt. How can you best work with the current astrological season? Okay, fixed signs, Scorpio season. If you're unsure what it is, take a moment to look it up and read what it's about. If you ain't got the answers, don't just kick underneath the table like you Kanye. If you ain't got the answers, find them, because it's all within you. Because like I said, heavy Whitney Houston energy. You got it within you. You're the magician. Make it happen. Let us move on. And with the magician, I have to say this because this is the fixed sign elements right here. You see, the magician has all the tools, right? They got the wand, they got the cup, they got the sword, they got the pentacles. So literally, you have all the tools. You are every woman, you are every man, you are these energies. It is not them versus us. It's not science versus spirituality. It's no opposition. It's no hierarchy. You have all the elements to make a thing a thing. So make it happen, Captain. Now we're moving on to the mutables. I feel like I have been letting y'all wait for too long. Y'all have enlightenment. Okay. I thought it was abundance because yesterday's reading was abundance. It's still on my YouTube channel. I might just leave it public, but might just put a disclaimer on it. Like, look, the audio is janky. I did the best that I can. But there was a solar plexus card that came out yesterday as well. It was abundance, but this is enlightenment. And the absolute gag is that both of those cards are solar plexus yellow, and it was for mutable as well. In yesterday's reading for the fixed signs, their chakra wisdom card was soulmate, and that was the root chakra. So we went from the root to the crown, but y'all still at the solar plexus. Let's see what's going on with this enlightenment. You see the sun shining, 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 yeah. And you know, the full moon was on the 19th, and the major arcana is the 19th card within the major arcanas is the sun card. So I feel like someone's finding the divinity within them, enlightening within them, taking their own advice, maybe looking out for sage people who are kind of like the shaman or the chief. Maybe they're finding out that they're the chief up next, maybe on some like Simba about to take the throne type of tease. Maybe going back to your ancestors, going back to your people, your tribe, and incorporating that, right? Not saying like, oh, that's primitive, that's this, that, and the third. You're like, no, these are my people, this is my culture, this is where I'm from. Maybe going back to where you from. Again, mutable, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius energy. Perhaps this is speaking to your enlightenment, especially Sag energy, heavy Sag energy right after Scorpio season. And we know Sag is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the energy of dumb luck. It's prosperous. It's something you don't have to work for, and here it is. As well as expanding your horizons, learning new things, getting into occultism, expanding your knowledge, right? Maybe in astrology, maybe in, I'm feeling this energy of like initiation. Maybe you're trying to get initiated into something. Learn something, be about something. Oh my goodness, we have the new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. I swear to God, this card came out, but it came out yesterday's reading for the fixed sign. Interesting. Enlightenment. You're becoming enlightened to something or someone. It's like maybe some of y'all are in school, you're about to graduate school, you're about to pick up a new, let's say, certificate, maybe you're about to take a new class. It could be something at Skillshare, it could be something like community college, whatever the case may be. But I feel like someone's on the up and up because they took the time to study, they took the time to Knight of Pentacles, learn it at their own pace instead of trying to like Speedy Gonzalez rush through it. And because you took your time, now you're seeing the turn of the tides. Things are coming to benefit you. It's coming on your terms. It's giving me very much my way, but not the highway. It's more like I earned this. I've gained this. I put in the work for it. So now I'm receiving the blessings. What you put in is what you get out, and now you're about to get a lot out of this. Mutable signs. And then you have Downcast Pride, number 20, with this Dark Mirror Oracle card. This is very much giving me shadow work. Let's crack open the book real quick to see what are the messages. This is number 20. Okay, let us read. Let me Mother Goose it real quick. Can y'all see? I think so. Mood phase, stage depression. Bending to adopt, let me start all over again. Downcast pride, moon phase, new, stage depression. Bending to adapt becomes an excuse for the habit of bending. Ooh, ooh, are you people pleasing? Visual seed, the eyes dark with dried blood tears look downwards. The face of a dark-skinned, beautiful elf with gold laurels among her hair is stern and motionless. Roots plunge into her body from a golden collar. The skies behind her is gray as concrete. Sentence, the roots of sadness and grief is deeper than the skin. The only delusion is the gray sky. Going dark. Survival is an instinct, is a direct consequence of adaptation. What we call adaptation is not the result of a subtle but consistent constructive change of ourselves, but rather a mockery of it. As we strip day by day of our dignity in order to avoid conflict with the world that would spread us apart, how can we endure this? Maybe through the power of responsibility or through an hidden core of identity. Sometimes we don't use the best part of us, but rather we draw from the ugliest. Very much give me trauma bonding, very much give me fourth baby mama, very much doing things that are low vibrational because it speaks to your trauma. It speaks to your insecurities. This give me runner chaser complex where it's like, I'm going to make this person love me. I'm going to make them see me. You know, I am the one who's been through it very much. Since I said it in the last reading, I might as well say it in this one, even if the audio was janky. It's giving me very much tease, and I did mention it. I don't know if I said it for the mutable or for the cardinal signs, but I did say in the video yesterday, and the energies are still there, so I'm gonna say it here. A lot of y'all went through some bullshit that you really didn't have to go through because you were in your ego instead of your common sense. You were choosing to chase someone else's ideal of you or trying to get someone's love or someone's approval. Maybe you were on some like, oh, I'm the main chick, she the side chick, I'm gonna take your man. That energy, demon time coming back to bite, it's coming back to bite. A lot of y'all put yourselves in situations that you did not need to be in because you didn't want to let go. Your ego was in it. You was in your feelings, and now you are paying the piper, so to speak. Perfect example, Miss Donnie Lay. Yellow bonus, what he wants, what he wants. Now that she finds herself a baby mama, just like the dark-skinned baby mama that she was antagonizing with that song. She used that song as a way to say, oh, dark-skinned baby mama, he left you for an upgrade like me, the light skin. And for some deluded, weird, delusional, colorist mentality, Donna Lay thought that she was going to get a better treatment from the baby who shot a man and killed him in Walmart, who is known to be physically violent with women, smacked a woman in her face. Like, why did you think he was going to treat you better? Because you was fucking him? Because your pussy is somehow made out of gold? Are you dumb? In my Remy Ma voice, are you dumb? In my 6ix9ine voice, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh? But because of that low self-esteem, because of that need to be put on, because she thought she was hot shit, now that she done had a baby by the baby, don't know why y'all want to have children with these demon time gremlins, but she found herself humiliated because not too long ago, when she was in a hotel room with the baby while breastfeeding their baby infant, he harasses her on Instagram Live, calls the police to kick her out of their hotel room in the middle of the night as she's breastfeeding their baby. And the hotel room hotel. But you should have known this because you saw how he treated his other baby mamas, a fourth baby mama. You saw how he treated women. You saw how he was sexist, misogynistic, colorist, all of this. You saw all the isms, but you thought you was better. How better are you, yellow boned? Now you humiliated on another basis. Not as the side chick, but as the baby mama. One of the baby mamas to the baby. And he don't give a damn like about you, just like he didn't give a damn about the other baby mamas while he was effing you. Some of y'all are learning that hard lesson because you were too attached and trying to hold on to things that don't matter, things that are insignificant, things that are karmic. And now you got your ass got. I feel like this might be a pattern of behavior within someone's family. Like a legacy of baby moms, a legacy of broken families, a legacy of dating trash men. And now you're learning from that. Maybe you went through it so your children don't got to do it. You're trying to cut certain dysfunctionals out of your bloodline, out of your DNA. You're passing down that wisdom. This is why I chose that man. This is why you don't need to choose that man. This was my psychologist. This was my emotional state. I learned from this. I don't want you to go through this. You deserve better than that. I feel like a lot of y'all are starting to realize that it is up to you to change certain patterns of behavior, especially when it comes to emotional intelligence, emotional security, and psychological growth. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's continue reading. If I can remember where I last left off. We survive and bend our knees because we draw out from our laziest fear and disgust. We let our deepest roots go dry, replaced by what can be called a surge of lack of self-esteem. Like I said, a surge of lack of self-esteem. Like you got into a situation where you really didn't need to be in. You really didn't have to be in this energy. But you sought that out because there was something within you that liked that energy, that was attracted to that energy. It's easy to say the baby's trash, and he is. It's easy to say this person did that, and this is how they hurt me. It's harder to look at the man in the mirror. This is why we pulled out the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. This is why we pulled that up. It's hard to look in the mirror and see your reflection and be like, sis, what's up with you? What's good with you? Wow, let's check underneath the hood of our head. Like, how did we end up in this situation? It's harder. It's harder. And Spirit's like, you got this, though. Handle that. So we don't repeat this mistake over and over again and have children who are watching us making these stupid, silly-ass little girl, long-lasting, consequential decisions and acting like a child and not being a grown man about it. Being a man about it, standing in your shit about it. Holding the accountability so your kids don't follow in your footsteps because they watching. You think they're not watching, but they watching. You think they don't hear you, but they hear you. They taking notes. Their brains are sponges. They're just soaking up information. Their brains aren't fully developed. They don't even know what they're going through. They don't even know how to process it, but they watching. What are they watching? Are they watching your greatness or they're watching your fall? Your downcast, literal tower moment. How you playing this? How you finessing this? Let us know. We are deluded when we think that we are only sacrificing our pride. We cling to vanity, but we can't afford dignity. Self-love, self-care, selfish. Isn't it sad? Honestly, the true delusion is our faith in fall and winter while we discard spring and summer. Yeah, settling for the misery, right? Are you addicted to your own misery? That is a video that I did on one of my old Instagram accounts, and I asked the question, are you addicted to your own misery? If you find a pattern of behavior, you go for these people, you date these people are the same energy signature in different bodies. You keep running into narcissists, you keep running into codependence. What is it about you that you keep drawing in that energy? What is that? And why do you put up with that? Spring and summer as fairy tales. The sky can change color too. As long as we sometimes look up, we can notice. Well, this is saying stop being miserly and taking crumbs off the table. This is telling fixed sign, because we're talking about stars here, with the fixed signs with their sacred oracle card. It was like, look at the stars. It's all about perception. It's all about perception, how you see things and then how you move with it. Spirit's asking you to, like one of those old teen commercials, rise above it. Rise above this energy. Because Spirit sees the golden in you, but do you see it within you? Or is it just in your head? You see yourself as the gold, as the prize. So you just focus on this, the body. You focus on the exterior. You focus on how you could allow your body to just be used as a vessel, used as a glory hole. It's kind of like the same energy with the fixed sign. The fixed sign, with this particular energy, it's like basic. It's just surface level. It's chasing someone's gaze. This is the same wavelength. It's just the opposite side. This is like, I'll kiss your ass. I'll let you walk all over me. I'll be your doormat. I'll be your hamburger helper. You know, I'll be your ride or die. It's that, and it's the same low self-esteem energy. It's just masked differently. You see? And then we have, for the mutables, number 30, look for the fairies. Oh, the earth fairies. Interesting, because I was thinking about this specific card earlier this week in regards to the magic of life. Sometimes you see something in the corner of your eye and that's a fairy, or something brings you back into, let's say, nostalgia of like when you had that child passion of things are going to be okay. How do I know? I don't know. I don't know for a fact. I can't break this down, but I have faith. I have faith I can go through this. I have faith that I can be rebirthed through this. I have faith that I can level up like Sierra and get the love I truly deserve, because I love myself first. Russell is just the parsley on top of the pasta. But with or without the parsley, I am the meal. I am the table. That's the point. Now, let's read Look for the Fairies. I feel like I was a whole life coach for like a good 20 minutes. We have Look for the Fairies, like I said. Actually, before we read Look for the Fairies, let's do Enlightenment. Because I feel like this is heavy energy of like your child's watching, especially when we're talking about Capricorn energy. This is cardinal energy. I always say Aries and Capricorn, the most captastic of the zodiac signs. Aries and Capricorn, they're both cardinal signs. They cap for fun. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but they're very much like, I am the leader. This is how we're moving. This is what we're doing. Like very much taking on responsibility and authority. And I feel like a lot of y'all are in a parent position, in authoritative position, and people are watching the moves you're making. And it's time for you to make their correct moves because people are watching you. And I'm feeling very much heavy energy of like, this is a dysfunctional parenting situation and a child is watching. Or you're realizing from your own dysfunctional childhood of how your parents were organized. And you're like, this can't be me. I can't repeat these cycles. Enlightenment, Topaz. If I seek peace, I must embrace my fears. Damn. The legend, Topaz. In a renowned spiritual teacher, people travel to hear his wisdom. He is journeying up a mountain to seek private counsel with the great servant when a young boy stops him. The boy asks, if enlightenment is to be found in my own mind, how do I get there? The moment before he disappears into the mist, Topaz replies, through your fears. You got to face your fears, mamas. You gotta face your fears, because that's how you learn what you are made of and what you are not made of. What limitation that you set upon yourself, but you a free bird out that cage. There is no limitation. If you can think it, you could do it. Magician energy. The moment before he disappears into the mist, Topaz replies, through your fears, inspiration. At this time, your journey is more important than your destination. Remember, if you face your fear, you will grow stronger. Relief awaits. Personal inquiry. My thoughts always drive my choices. How can I use my thoughts to heal myself? Heal thyself. Key ideas. Path to enlightenment. The reluctant sage. Path to enlightenment. The reluctant sage. taking time alone to connect. Trust your intuition, needing solitude, time for reflection, support, courage, confidence, meditation. Write down 3 fears, then close your eyes. Imagine these fears staying with you always. Then imagine them one by one walking in faith alongside with you. Stride through the garden of fear and allow them to stay behind. What is more painful, keeping your fears or releasing them? The choice is yours. Boom, boom. Be a woman about it. Be a man about it. Be non-binary about it. Be whatever about it, but face your fears. This is Scorpio season. Perfect season to do so. Now let's read 30. Look for the fairies. What I believe I see appear before me. This is the energy of manifestation. You could stay in this low vibrational gutter rat, gutter snake behavior and stuff, stifle karmic energy, or you could take the initiative to be like, nah, this ain't it, and I'm gonna make a new it, because this ain't it. Keep your eyes and ears open for evidence of fairies and other ethereal beings. Remember, they're genuinely all around you, brimming with creative ideas and guidance to help you on your journey. You just have to tune into their presence. But first, you have to believe that they exist. Whatever we focus on and put energy toward will shape our life experience. I was going to say this after I finished reading, but since it came to my mind and I might forget, a lot of you, especially women, those who identify as women, y'all got to check your internalized misogyny and your internalized patriarchal toxicity, because a lot of y'all think you're better than the next woman and you're just being used by a male to attack another woman, and he's going to treat you just the same way he treated that other woman. You that bitch until you not that bitch. You that bitch until you just another bitch. And I feel like a lot of y'all are learning that lesson the hard way, because a lot of y'all think you cute, too cute, and he not gonna do he not gonna do me like he does the other women. You know, he treat me like this and he treats them like that. He hard on them hoes. He soft on me. A lot of y'all think that shit is cute until you find out that's just not cute. And a lot of y'all gonna find out the hard way, thinking that you can sleep with toxic masculinity and it's not gonna harm you back. It's giving me very much Serena from The Handmaid's Tale. You was okay with the commanders sexually abusing, physically, mentally, emotionally, all that, the handmaidens, but now that you got your pinky finger chopped off, Serena, you got publicly humiliated like any other bitch, Donnelly. Now all of a sudden you want mercy and grace and space and care and coddle in the way that you did not have for other women, and the way that you discarded, dismissed, belittled women. Now you want that space and grace for yourself. How selfish of you. How toxic masculinity of you. Let us continue. Soften your gaze when you are outside in nature and keep aware of what you spy in your peripheral vision. I thought they were going to say peripheral eye. You may just see fairies playing in the sunshine and by flowing water. If you whisper to them from within, they'll often whisper back with a cheeky low remark. Be kind and respectful to them, and they won't toy with you too much. Journal prompt. How do you think you can connect more with your childlike sense of wonder and keep open to life's infinite potential? There's that. Heal thyself. Heavy energy mutables. I don't want to feel like I'm judging. I'm looking down on y'all. Whoop-de-whoop. Like, look, I got chapters in my book of life that I don't read too loud either. Like, I am not here to sit there and poo-poo you. What I am here to do is challenge you. That's it. But if you don't want to be challenged, you don't want to take these suggestions and these insights, that's your business. But don't come back around trying to cry and feel this pity party and self-victimize yourself, because it's not like you've never been warned. That pattern of behavior of doing F-ish and then coming around and play the victim. That can't exist no more. That can. That's the energy of 9. You got to be responsible for that ish. You got to be responsible for your healing, even if you're not responsible for your brokenness. And that's some real shit. You have to be responsible for your healing, even if you are not responsible for your brokenness. Okay? Cardinal signs. What up, baby? Okay, what y'all got? Y'all got vanity. Interesting. This is throat chakra. I don't think we had throat chakra yesterday. So with vanity, as you can see, there's a particular being who is giving me like Moses tease. And I actually know a little bit about the backstory to this card. These are people, interesting. This is all the energy being fake, being fraudulent, but not fraudulent in a sense of like scamming, but fraudulent in a sense of like masquerading, pretending to be something that you're not, right? It's giving me very much niveau riche versus like old money rich. It's like there's never not a hierarchy. There's never not a classism and elitism. Even within classism, there's classism. There's classism between like high or upper middle class versus like rich old oil money. Like it never ends. And I feel like when you're chasing this, you're on a hamster wheel of trying to be this, trying to prove that, trying to you're not real, and it's vanity. It's just the surface level, and you never get to really live in your authenticity because you're so trained like a puppy to be something that you're not. And Spirit is like, that's vanity, A, and B, you're not using your throat chakra like you're supposed to. You're not speaking your truth. You are being someone else's puppet. And I guess being a slave to, I guess, the elites is somewhat better than being a slave to like the poor, or like it's better to be a slave to the elite than just be a free poor. And I feel like that's the energy that I'm getting. Like, at least, you know, I can say that I'm associated with these groups of people, even if like these group of people don't care for you, they don't respect you, they don't do right by you, they take advantage of you, they're fake, they're fraudulent, they're frenemies. But for some reason you still feel like you got to be around, because being around these people give you some type of validation. And Spirit is asking you, why? Why? What is that about? Because it might be the energy of like, maybe you came up from lower income, you didn't have it, and you always wanted it, and now that it's coming to being, you know, you starting to become a big shot. You know, you're starting, people seeing you, hearing you. Maybe you again, you was into art, you was into some type of like niche thing, and now you're getting views. People are seeing you. People want to be around you. People are, you know, dapping it up, and now you like big pimping, like I'm that person, and you're forgetting who you are. You're forgetting who you came from. You're forgetting all of that because you want to be seen. You want to be validated by these groups of people who probably wouldn't be checking for you if you wasn't on the up and up. What about your friends? Who your real friends? These folks? These new friends? These newcomers? Or the people who was already with you and riding with you and effing with you before you even had all of this? Don't get yourself caught up in some ish trying to chase the gays. Very much Drake energy. Drake came in here talking and singing love songs. Now he's talking about mob ties. And now he's in sticky situations that he can't get himself out of. Sometimes we try to take the shortcut and we realize we pay in more ways for that shortcut. Okay? Sometimes it's just better to take the long way. Okay? It may take you more time, but at least you can sleep at night and face yourself in the mirror and know that you're a decent person even in the struggle. Don't lose your morality. Don't lose your character. Don't become something that you're not because you're so addicted to people in high spaces with high places. People in high places with white faces, rich faces, and you forget who you were. Because you was happy before all of this, but now all of this somehow makes you who you are? As if you wasn't who you were before this. Don't devalue yourself trying to chase somebody else's gaze. And now we have emotions are running high, super moon. Okay, cardinal signs, Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, Libra. I see you. And Libra, I'm a Libra moon. I feel like I can go there. I know Libras are mad sociable. Know what I mean? Cardi's a Libra. Doja's a Libra. I'm a Libra moon. I get it. But there's one thing where it's just like, I'm just being friendly. I'm just making friendly conversation. I'm being social. And there's another thing where you're kissing ass. There's another thing where you're stepping outside of your own personal moral codes. It's something different when it's like, yeah, I smoke. I don't know. What do people smoke that's crazy on these streets? I smoke K2 too. Yeah. I know I do a little line of coke too. Yeah. And I'm a swinger too. And like, yeah. And all these things that are not you. You say yeah because you want to be cool. You want to be seen. You want to be appreciative. You want to be able to hold your own ground. And it's just like, yeah, but like, this is not you though. This is not you though. So why are you trying to be something that you not though? Very much live above the influence, but it's also like there's something off about that, mom. Where you live in masks, you live in different identities. You're never really your true self. There's something off about that. And you need to tap into why that is. Because give me very much, we're going to go into the childhood route. It's forgiving me very much. Children are supposed to be seen and not heard. So you've always focused more so on how people will interpret you versus being your authentic self. Very much transference. Maybe you grew up in a household where your parents were very much like strict, and this is the order, and this is dictatorship, and you didn't have autonomy over your body. You didn't have agency. You couldn't say what you really wanted to say. So like you bottled that inside. You never really spoke your truth. You never really express your authentic self. And now you're in the energy where it's just like spirit is forcing you to say what you really want to say, do what you really want to do, be who you really want to be. And even if it's ugly, even if it's different, even if it's weird, even if it's quirky, it's okay, because all that made you who the F you are. And that's why them folks want to be in your face, because what you are is what draws people to you. Like a moth to a flame. Like a moth to a flame. You can't control that as a flame, what comes towards you. But like a flame, if they get too close and they ain't supposed to be there, they're going to get their asses burned. That's what you need to be. And she'll be told it's kind of alluring. It makes you more romantically attractive or attractive in general when you're kind of elusive. People can't guess you. People can't put their finger on you. You're just not so available to people. You're kind of mystique. You're mysterious. You have your own thing going on. It makes you more attractive because you're your own solo dolo person, but not like American exceptionalism or individualism. Like, I'm my own island. I don't need nobody. I'm a savage. It's not that, as opposed to like, my time is precious. I am precious, and I give you as much as I want to give you, and then I pull back and I give to myself. I treat myself. I self-care myself. I water my own garden. I give myself the care and love and grace and space that I need, and I'm not chasing that and needing that validation outside of me. Cardinal signs. Okay. Learning boundaries. I like that. I like that. If it's not reciprocity, it's nothing at all. I like that. I like that. Sacrifice number 7. That's y'all's dark mirror, shadow work energy, cardinal signs. Okay. And then we have our sacred self-care oracle card is abundance and planning. Now, what I want to do is read the booklet for number 7, sacrifice. What are you sacrificing? Your truth, your authenticity, your desires. And if you feel like it's a sacrifice, like you have to sacrifice your true self to keep these things around you, then does it really matter? Because how long can you be fake until you realize that this shit sucks? Like how long are you going to be fake to yourself and do shit that's unbecoming of you to keep these people around you? Like how long are you going to do that shit? Because maybe you could do that for a couple of days, couple of months, but can you do that for the next couple of decades? I won't. It's giving me very much tease if we're going to talk about it. If you see that Netflix movie with Tessa Thompson, it's called Passing. It's about like the pre-civil rights era where there's these 2 women. They're both housewives, but one is a light-skinned black woman, and then another one is a passing black woman. And passing basically is a term where a person of black descent is very light skinned and has phenotype typical features that are more European, and they are able to pass, where most people would see them as a white person or a white woman, white man, in this case a white woman in the movie passing, and in actuality they're black, their parents are black, they just came quote unquote out passing as white. And I feel like maybe that's what you're coming into conflict with, where you've been skating through life, passing through life, and now you have to actually stand up in life. You actually have to stand for something, say something, burst out of your comfort zones, you know, call people out. And that in and of itself is scary, because if these are your social group, these are your friends, these are your family, this is your support system, and you come out and you like, this is what I am, this is what I do, this is how I rock, this is how I roll. This could be something like, you know, I'm non-binary, or I'm LGBTQ, or whatever the case may be. There might be some truth that comes out that is very much illuminating. And maybe you thought these people won't accept you, but come to find out these people already knew and they've been accepting you. They needed you to come out the closet so they can celebrate you. Or it could be something where you know they're not going to celebrate you, you know that they're not going to rock with it, you know they're not going to like it, and you want to keep it to yourself. But this thing is so illuminating, where it's like, you're gonna have to step up to the plate and say for what it is. You cannot live with this thing in secrecy. And you don't want to be in a situation where someone actually legitimately pushes you out the closet. I.e. someone exposes you. Just like in the movie Passing. What happened was the white woman who was or the light-skinned black woman who was passing, she got exposed for being secretly black. And when she was founded out by her husband took her life into her hands. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen to you if you allow someone to expose you and you don't speak your own truth. But what I am saying is that if you don't deal with this issue at hand, this issue at hand is going to deal with you, if you catch my drift. But let us read. Moon, sacrifice, moon phase, waning gibbous, stage, anger. Even if I have to break apart, as long as it serves a purpose. Visual seed. A beautiful female knight wears heavy armor. She holds a blade in front of her, and a blade of light slices across her face, showing the deadly seriousness of her stare, the mirror of her resolve. Sentence. I have accepted my duty, and in my release I found freedom. Going dark. There is a strong power in sacrifice. Our fears, our hopes, they are all chains to a small world. Our sense of self is a small petty creature of uncertain resolve and shaky horizons. With sacrifice, we renounce our sense of self. We accept to be lost. We accept to be shaken and cut and bruised and hurt and burdened and locked and stricken and despised and gossiped and betrayed and be misunderstood and be left alone. A lot of ands and running sentence. To rot, to die with a jest of thanks, while the world goes on and over our broken dreams. But when we drown our sense of self to sacrifice, we are also a greater person. We are screaming, I exist, I make a difference. We accepted a price to pay, and we use our blood and tears as currency. That gives us the right to stand tall. Stand in your ish. Again, be a man about it, be a woman about it, be non-binary about it, be whatever about it, but be and stand on your square. Spirit's asking you that. Because again, this is right. This is a super moon. So super bright and super big. Whatever you're trying to tuck into the bag, if you don't release that, people are going to see it before you see it. And you don't want to be in a situation where someone's pulling your card publicly. And now you looking crazy. Very much Carrie, if you ever watched the movie Carrie from Stephen King, the movie, they're all going to laugh at me. So what? They laugh. Fuck them. If they laugh, who cares? Fuck them. Literally fuck them. Because once you realize that you are that bitch and you define yourself and you don't give a fuck, then it's like, oh shit. I thought we are going to pick on her or him until we get them to be our puppet. But when you stand in your shit and you like, I'm not afraid of you, I'm not going to let you take my power, very much it. I think it was the second chapter when the kids came together as adults and then they defeated it by calling it out that you're not tougher than us. We're not scared of you. You can't do anything to us. You're a figment of our imagination. We're going to whoop your ass. What happened to it? It became smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller because fear is a figment of your imagination. Fear is fake evidence appearing as real. It never existed to begin with. So when you attack that fear and you chin check that, then you grab it by the throat, you say, hey, you're no longer in a position of, I'm so scared and vulnerable and victimized. You're in a stage of like, you stand tall. You stand tall. Because you know what it is and what it is, and ain't nobody gonna check you. Use your intuition. You use that spirituality. You use your ancestors. You listen to the fairies. And you speak your truth unapologetic, even if the people around you are too shallow to keep up. I'm not talking fast. You listening slow. Keep up. But that doesn't mean that you got to change who you are to keep them in your circle. They don't got to keep up with you. You don't got to keep up with them like they the Kardashians. They got to keep up with you because you on your divine path. Period. Let's read from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. I feel like it's a whole sermon, like a whole sermon. And I don't want to come off as like, again, finger wagging, but shoot. If the spirit got me, the spirit got you too. Vanity. Aqua people. I need more, better, bigger. Yes, that will make me okay. The legend. Crystal, Peter, and Mike are at a party in Mike's posh home, toasting success in their business. A mysterious old man appears and asks them whether they prefer gluttony or generosity. It's going to be very much tease of Squid Games if you saw that on Netflix. Puzzled, none of them answered. He reminds them that more does not mean better, and they laugh. Suddenly they are alone, far from the party. In rising water, we're getting more, cries Peter. Rain falls and the water rises faster. Play, shouts Crystal. We must do well with what we have. As they begin to have fun in the water, the rain stops. Inspiration. We all say we will stop when we have enough. Ain't that right, billionaires and capitalists? We'll stop when we have enough. And enough ain't truly enough, huh? Because you're trying to feel something within and you think the material goods is going to do that. But no, Taurus energy, you cannot buy yourself out of your own personal journey. You can't buy your way out of like existence, your way out of humanity, your way out of personal development. You can't throw money at it. This is what happens with a lot of these rich, spoiled kids, right? They are born into nepotism and wealth. And then when it comes time for them to stand on their own, they can't because they never really lived life. They never really struggled. They never had to figure things out. They never had grit. They were never, it had to become a quote unquote man, become a quote unquote woman, become an adult, be responsible for themselves. So they become a burden not only to their rich parents and their rich communities, but they become a shell of a human being because they literally are, for lack of a better words, please don't cancel me, please don't drag me, but they become kind of like handicapped because they don't live in real life. They don't know what real humans go through. And because of that, they have no experience of that human journey of triumph, of overcoming. They become a parasite. They become a leech and a burden to society because they never actually had to get it on their own because nepotism and wealth surrounded them. And that's the energy that I'm getting here. And those are the people who tend to deplete the earth. Those are people who tend to be the ones who cause the most carbon emissions. Those are the ones who participate in capitalism and exploitation and all these other means of inhumane behavior. The Jeff Bezos who won't pay his employees a livable wage, that they have to pee in Coke bottles so they can make their quota. People are not quotas. People are human beings. But this is what happens when you are disconnected with your humanity. And your nature, you want to bulldoze over nature. You want to tame nature. You want to rip nature because that's how you feel internally about yourself. The more people want to control outside environments is the more that they feel nothing inside. They feel hollow in self. They lack self-esteem. They lack true worth, true real life human experience, true commune. So because they're empty and hollow inside, they want the world to reflect what internally is. Whew. Personal inquiry. Am I feeling disconnected from any people in my life? Am I growing away from limiting relationships? Key ideas. Environmental tensions, living in illusions, self-doubt, power to change, lesser companions, empty conversations, chasing the Joneses. Keywords. Faith, awareness, transformation. Nouveau riche. Meditation. Visualize an aqua light within you. Imagine people you love surrounding you. Feel the light building and spilling onto your loved ones. Send gratitude to those you love and those you have yet to meet. Bless them all. Notice the energy and any messages that you receive. Be your authentic self. Shed all that extra bullshit that's not you. Take off the makeup, take off the lashes, take off the hair, take off the degrees, take away the accolades, the awards, the friends group, take all that away and bare yourself. Be naked before the stars. Be naked in front of yourself. Face yourself naked and be okay with that because you are special within your difference because you're authentically you. One more thing that I got to read for my cardinal signs because it wouldn't be right if I didn't read them for them. We're going to read what this abundance planning is. Very much affirmations, very much vision board type of teas. So let's see what is the reading for that. And it wouldn't be fitting for the cardinal energies here to not be number one because I said they're the most captastic of them all. Aries, Capricorn. It's interesting because when I found out Cancers long ago were cardinal signs, I was like, Cancers? 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 Them? But yeah, they're cardinal signs too. Cardinal with all their feelings. No shade, no shade, no shade. So yeah, let's read. Number one. Abundance planning mantra. I attract a level of abundance in alignment with my self-worth. Ooh. And reflect of my generous nature. Your financial health is an essential aspect of your overall wellness practice. It's time to take a closer look at how you're spending, saving, and making money. Some of y'all do things, strange things for some change, or you connect with people because you can make money with them, but you really don't trust them. You really don't like them. So why are you finessing with them? Because maybe they are a certain social group. They are the it girls. You know, this is where the money's at. But like, can you make the money that you want to make and get what you need to get without compromising who you really are? To begin, review all your bank accounts, investments, and credit cards, as well as any loans you're carrying. Doing so will help you get clear on your financial status. Then make a practical plan to lower your expenses, increase your income and savings, and repay your debt. An excellent place to start is at your local bank or with a financial advisor. Work with your bank or advisor to optimize your accounts to have the lowest fees and highest interest rates possible. Okay? Think smarter, not harder. In addition, you can get set up with automatic bill payments, transfer monthly deposits into a savings account, and begin consolidating any debt you may be carrying. The other side of your financial abundance equation is generating more money. When you put your energy toward it, you'll often find a new ways to do so. If you're working, this can be achieved by negotiating a raise at your current position. Pay like you weigh, you know, making sure that you getting your just due, just like those John Deere workers, okay? I might be a worker, but you're going to pay me. God damn it. Consider applying for a promotion or a new job, taking on a side gig, or educating yourself on a new topic or skill with some income generating potential. If you're an entrepreneur, look into raising your fees or prices, developing new marketing strategies, and expanding your product offerings, as well as other ways to increase your margins. What was your family's relationship with money? Like, oh, journal prompt. What is your family's relationship with money? Like when you were growing up, how has that impacted your relationship with money? Because again, I felt the energy like maybe you didn't have it, and you know, again, general reading, but I feel like for those this resonates with, maybe you were raised in an environment where you didn't have it, so you always wanted it, and now that you quote unquote got it, you kind of like Nene Leakes, I'm a rich bitch, I'm a very rich bitch, and it's like what is given can always be taken. The same people you see on your way up are the same people you see on your way down, but it's also like that's not a good energy to be in. Like that's really toxic, very ugly, very demeaning, and very elitist type of energy and mentality. I just pulled out the Modern Witch Tarot. So now we're going to move into the end of the year prediction for the individual signs. I will be picking out one cord, and that one card will give me enough messages for the individual signs that I will be talking about before we wrap this tang up. Okay, with my water. But yeah, I'm just feeling the energies of like being responsible for yourself, being responsible for your outcome. Like, yes, certain things we cannot control, and certain bad things happen to us, and yes, it's hard, and this and that and the third, but what are you gonna do about it? Like that I know it sucks, it really does suck, but then like what are you gonna do about it? How are you going to plan this? How are you going to make this happen? If you got loans, if you got debt, like, are you handling that? Not just paying it off, but like managing that money. Have you talked to your bank to see how you can lower your interest fees? Have you talked to your loan officer if you got student loan debt? Quote unquote, uncle in quotations, Uncle Joe ain't finna cancel nothing. And there's not enough pressure for him to not want, but have to cancel student loans. So how are those who are affected by student loans going to move? Are you going to consolidate? Are you going to get lower interest fees? Are you going to be on a plan? I know some of people who worked at maybe struggling schools to be able to, after 10 years, wipe away their student loans. Some of those people say they're having time with the government holding on to their end of the bargain by wiping off their student loans. So this might be a situation where you would have to reanalyze your assets, your money, your abundance, and seeing, is this in the trajectory of your overall plan? Right? If you don't want to be an ass kisser to get to where you want to get to, which is cool, then how are you going to do it in another method where you don't have to lose your dignity, your morality to get things popping, get things started, right? Maybe this is time to budget. How you spending your money? Seeing it in front of you. It's easy to swipe with the credit card, with the debit card. It's harder when you know you accountable, like this is as much money I can spend on frivolous things or things that are like gadgets. They're not nothing in particular. It's not like a bill, but it's like a new phone or new shoes. They're just materialistic wants, not needs. Maybe this is time for you to be like, hey, you know, I can only afford, or on this budget I only can do one takeout a week, or I can only get coffee runs 3 times a week instead of 5 times. Like being accountable to self so you can get to where you want to get to, not just in your head, but materially, because you actually etched it and wrote it down. So we're going to start off with Aries, because I like starting off with 1 to 12 instead of just starting off somewhere in the middle of the zodiac wheel. So let's start with Aries. Spirit, give us some messages, some insights for Aries. What is going on with the Aries collectives? What do they need to know? And I'm going to take this one cord that's faced up, and it is the 9 of Cups. Ew. So with Aries, okay, I see you. And someone jumped off their ego, but I don't feel that. Could be some of y'all. But I feel like y'all are getting your accolades. You know what I feel like? I feel like it's kind of one of those movie type of genre where it's like some being comes to another planet, and then that planet may be, let's say, less advanced, and they're like, you are my leader, we all hail this different being, and that this being is now our master. And it's like, yeah, that's great. I see you have the feast. I see you have a crown for me. I see you made me your leader and everything. But like, I'm just a human. I'm just a human. I'm from planet Earth. Like, it's all nice and whatnot, and I'm kind of blushing. But like, I'm normal too. I'm people too. I go through what you go through too. And I feel like with this is like, you're very much being humble, but it's not like, oh, honey, kowtow, be humble, play miserly, play small. You're taking too much light. I don't feel that at all. I feel like you are appreciating your flowers. And fun fact, a lot of men don't get flowers until they die, because giving flowers to men is seen as something unusual. So maybe you're getting your flowers early, or you're getting your flowers from a man, or you're thinking of giving flowers to a man. But this is the energy of like, yeah, you're celebrating yourself. You know what you're worth. You're getting your wish fulfillment. But it's very much of a humble type of energy versus like, I'm that bitch, bow down bitches type of energy for my Aries. I'm feeling with this particular energy though, with great power comes great responsibility. How are you going to handle that? Because like, the celebration's going to end eventually. Then it's going to be about, making shit happen, getting on your grizzy, getting on your grind, making shit happen. So it's like, don't sit too much in the energy of like, I'm that bitch. It's also like, okay, what do you do after this? Right? How you moving? Legacies don't just happen to happen. They're made. So like, what is your legacy going to be? Make it happen, Captain. You know you can. You are Aries. You captastic. You know you can. So make it happen. Tauruses. As a Taurus in the 8th house, gang. What's happening with my Taurus collectives? Let's do some shuffling for my Tauruses. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Na 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 na. Someone in love? Someone about to get paired up, matched up, linked up, synced up? Bad bitches link up. Link up. I just woke up in the Brinks truck. Someone's about to get 2 for 1. They're about to get their love and their money at the same goddamn time. Which is not bad. Not bad at all. What's going on with my Taurus collective? Someone might be feeling frisky. Oh. It's giving me the energy. Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and their pockets full of chrome. And now you fellas, leave your girl with her friends. Cause it's 11:30 and the club is jumping. Someone finna go to the club? Someone to find love in the club? I feel like there's an energy with my Taurus collective where it's just like, bitch, I'm grown. Like, literally the energy in a statement of, bitch, I'm grown. I'm gonna do grown people things because I'm a grown ass woman, man, non-binary, or whatever. Let's see what's going on with my Taurus collective. I feel like you're breaking molds, breaking traditions, standing in your sexual energy, your feminine energy, and being very unapologetic about it. Some people might say it's whorish. Some people might say it's unclassy. But it's like, bitch, I'm grown. I don't know why I needed to say that. But literally the energy of like, bitch, I'm grown. Like, why are you telling me this? Why are you trying to shat on my parade? Bitch, I'm grown. Oh my God. Y'all saw me shuffle the 9 of Pentacles just like with Aries, Taurus. Y'all about to link up with an Aries? Let me find out. Is that your man? Is that your girl? Like, let me find out. That's I did say that bad bitches link up, coming together. Child, there might be an important Aries Taurus in your life, or you might be getting your accolades from an Aries or a Taurus, or someone might see you as their wish fulfillment. Someone might see you as someone they want to get with, or you might be linking up and partnering with. But this is definitely the energy of like reciprocal. It's kind of like I drink out of your cup as I look passionately in your eyes, and you look and you drink out of my cup as you look passionately into my eyes. It's like that energy signature, that syncing up, that infinite energy. You don't know where it starts, where it ends. It's like intertwined, soulmate type of energy. This is Pisces energy, soulmate type of energy. And we did start off here. You know, this is the fixed sign element. And I was talking heavy Piscean energy. This is the cardinal sign, which would be Aries. And this is very much being your authentic self. Wow, powerful energies here. Whew. Wow. Okay, Taurus. Okay, Aries. Okay, Taurus and Aries. First and second house said like they feeling to come up linked up. I guess. But I feel like, again, with that Pisces, it's going to catch you off guard. It's something like, literally, I just went to the grocery store for some like oregano, and I came out with like a date. It's like, what? Or you're at your job. Like, let's say you're starting a new job. Like, maybe you are going to another department, another career or something, and you just thought you was going to work your little job, get your little paycheck, and do what you got to do. And then you messed around and found yourself like a best friend. You messed around and found yourself a soulmate. You messed around and found people who are not just here because we work in the same space or we just happen to be in the same line of vision or the same line of work. Like, these are my people. These are my friends. This is my man. This is my woman. I'm feeling like this is the energy for both Tauruses and Aries. Please, Gemini, hit me with something different. Because if you get me the 9 of Cups again, these people not going to believe me. Even though they watch this whole reading, they're not going to believe me if I hit them with another 9 of Cups. And not even me, you, Spirit. If you hit them both with another 9 of Cups, they're not going to believe it. They're both going to be like, nah. One more shuffle for my Gemini eyes. And I thought Doja was Gemini. Coming to find out she a Libra. She my Libra sister because I'm a Libra moon. But I felt like it was kind of fraudulent that you would even say Gemini. I insinuate that you were Gemini when you were really a Libra. Air signs nonetheless, but not the right, quote unquote, right air sign. Libra is ruled by Venus, which is the ruler with, or both are ruled by Venus, Taurus, and Libra, whereas Gemini is ruled by Mercury with Virgo. In the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter, but once I found out, I was kind of like, girl, why you lie about that? Or why did you insinuate that? I still love you, but it's just like, why? Why though? Anyways, what's going on with the Geminis? Gemini eyes. The cards are jumpy, but nothing's coming out individually. Strength card. Okay. So Geminis, what you gonna be bold about? I feel like this is moving forward passionately and courageously. I feel like with this particular energy, so y'all can see, it's like I fought all I could fight. I gave all I could give. I did all I could do. Now, the last shred of dignity, I had to pick that up from the floor and exit stage left. I feel like this is the energy of like, I'm drained, I'm depleted, but shit, this is over, this is done with, I'm feeling to move on. Like, ugh. It's kind of like battle. It's like the war is over. You know, people don't wave their white flags. I'm scarred off. I'm scarred up. I'm bruised up. I got open wounds and everything. But bitch, I'm done. I'm through. Like, this is it. I'm moving on. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how I'm going to get there. But I'm feeling to do it because I got nothing else left here. and I gotta move on to the next chapter of my life. My job is done, or my karmic lesson is done. I gotta go. And having the strength to do so, knowing that you possess the strength, the courage, the protection, the wherewithal, and the confidence to start the next chapter bravely and truthfully. I feel like someone's getting deep within self, finding the strength within themselves, especially if they've always played small, or they were the type of person who needed people to be around them, or they needed someone to validate them. It's like going outside of the box and trusting that you have what it takes to create the reality you see fit. You can be great. You can be strong. You can, you know what's giving me tease of? If y'all gonna read these readings or watch these readings, you know I'm always gonna throw you references. It's just part of the readings. It's giving me very much tease of like Desiree. You gotta be bad, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger, you gotta be bold, you gotta be hard, you gotta be stronger. I forgot the terms, the adjectives. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. That's the energy that I'm feeling with this. I used to love that song as a kid. But it's the energy of like, I know I can do it. I know. If I can go through that bullshit and I'm still alive, bitch, I know I can do it all. God damn it. I know I can. I know I can. I know I can be what I want to be. Be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, if I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be. I'll be where I want to be. Be, boys and girls, listen up. All right, Leos, what you got for me? No, Cancers. Whoop. Cancers. Wow, I was just going to skip over Cancers. Again, Cancers, cardinal signs, where? Sorry, Cancers. Cancers are like, I will not be forgotten. You damn right you won't be forgotten. Because I remember instinctively, this Nine of Cups did go with the Cancers. The last reading that I did with the audio coming out janky. Y'all still had the Nine of Cups and you still have the Nine of Cups here. Wow. I feel like with this, Cancers, this is the energy. You know what's interesting too? Side note. In this reading, Aries and Taurus both had the Nine of Cups. But in the reading with the janky audio, Leo and Taurus both got the Seven of Pentacles. So there was doubles in the other reading as well. But nonetheless, what I am seeing here is that someone is looking for an apology. Someone is wanting an apology. Someone's owed an apology. Someone thinks they're owed an apology. Or someone wants to give an apology and hope that they can work things out, brush things off, move things forward. But I'm going to tell you what I told you in the last reading with the janky ass audio. This is the season where we are releasing people, places, and things that no longer suit us, things that no longer support us, things that are no longer for us. Correct? This is Scorpio season. Do not be surprised. People are going to try to slide through on a side talking about they miss you, they loved you, they been pining over you, whoop-de-whoop-whoop. That's all fine and dandy. But that don't mean that you got to start this thing all over again. That does not mean because you forgive that we starting a brand new chapter together. That does not mean that you want to go back to the past, rehash things. That does not mean anything. You could forgive somebody and move on. And that does not mean that we in communication, but that does not mean that we are in hate either. I love you from afar. I learned that lesson. This was an example. I took the example and I moved on with my life. And I feel like with this particular energy, especially if you're a mother or you have children with a particular person, or I don't know why my head all of a sudden started itching, or this is someone who you felt like you've had a long or deep spiritual connection with. You may have been codependent on this person, or this person has been codependent on you. Regardless to what, I feel like this is more so emotional, triggering, emotional trauma bonding, emotional support, coddling, versus like this is healthy. I feel like someone is scared to be alone. Someone might be scared to face their fears. I feel like someone might think that they're a better mate than they actually are. and someone has realized that you are the best choice, but now they realize it and they may feel like it's a little too late, or they might hope that it's not too late. I feel like with this particular energy, someone wants the old thing back, but it's like, but I'm not that girl anymore. Someone's like, yeah, you're not that girl anymore, but like we could, like we could, and it's just like, we could, but I don't want to. And it's okay not to want to, and it's okay to not try to force something that isn't. Like, even if the person changed or whatever you wanted that wasn't it at that time, if it came back around this time, would you still want it? Would you still desire it? It's kind of like, be careful what you wish for. If the person came back and they miraculously declared their love for you, are you that same person you were when they left you? Are you that same person who desires their love, who desires their validation? Are you that same person, or have you moved on? And I'm going to be honest with you, within these energies of releasing the eclipse, heavy eclipse energy, and we talking about Taurus full moon, let go and let God, because you're only going to get better. Every rejection is protection. Every no is a bigger yes. That's the way I see it. Move with purpose, on purpose. Leave people, places, and things that no longer serve you in the past. Perhaps their lesson is to learn what it's like to have something and not adorn it, not worship it, not protect it, not love it, and having to live watching it be prosperous, be fruitful, be loved, and be in love, and they just got to watch from the sidelines. Maybe that's their lesson. That's why you treat good things, good people good, because they're not here to be your counselor, your therapist, your mommy, your support, this, that, and the third. Treat people the way that you want to be treated, because once they're done and they're gone, they're done and gone. And as a Taurus, you have a Taurus until you don't have a Taurus. Taurus, we're loyal to a fault. We're very much grounded. We're stubborn. We try to make a thing, especially if we give a damn. But once we don't give a damn no more, we truly don't give a fuck. And it's really on some real stoicism, borderline, like, I don't want to say that. I'm just going to say stoicism, where it's just like, you don't give a fuck anymore. And it usually is, I'm going to speak from a Taurus point of view. Once you don't give a F anymore, them folks want to come right back around. And it's like, even if I wanted this and I don't give enough of a fuck to even tap into the energy of wanting to make this thing again. I don't got that. I'm past that. And I can't go back. I can only go forward. And that's my advice to you, Cancers. You cannot go back. You can only go forwards. Amen. Let's go on to the Leos. Don't let nobody emotionally blackmail you, emotionally guilt you, emotional trauma bond with you. No, I'm past that. Ass fat. You give me very much sweetie type of season. Sweetie's a Cancer too. I passed that. I'm just getting that energy. Back to the streets. Back to the streets indeed. Leos, what's up with you with the Six of Cups? You know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it because I feel like this is very much the energy of Cancers. I was saying all of that as I was shuffling. I was still picking up on the energy of Cancers. Six of Cups. I'm going to let y'all have that. And I'm going to command over the cards specifically for Leos. If it comes out Six Cups again for Leos, then we'll know it's for Leos. But I feel like this is for Cancers. Especially this is a Cancer card, Six of Cups. There's a lesson that needs to be learned in self-love, self-worth. And this could be something passed down through the mother DNA, through the mitochondrial DNA. And this is something that you've learned by watching your mother, and now you have broken that karmic cycle, because whereas your mother may have endured that brutality, you learned not to, and you've moved on. Boom. All right, Leos. Leos. Fiery ass Leos. Leo is also the house of like sex and children and creativity too, so you know, there's that. But yeah, someone might be starting their grieving process. Someone might be ending it or have ended, because I'm also hearing and feeling the energy of Nicki Minaj's line where it's like, I know it's over, cry on that whole shoulder, you'll get over it. I know it's over. something, something, something. You'll get over it. I know it hurts sometimes, but nothing else to give. You'll get over it. That's the energy. You're over it, but now the person's all of a sudden feeling feelings, and you're like, nah, I'm over it. You'll get over it too. It took me a while to get here, but you'll eventually get here too. And if not, that's not your baggage to carry. Shoot, you learned a lesson. That's it. Leo, Leo, Leos. Can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. And Leo, Leo, Leo. Maybe someone's hypnotized by you. Maybe you're hypnotizing someone. Maybe someone got you all up in their head. Maybe someone's fond of you, or you are fond of someone, basically. It's all in my head. I keep thinking about it over and over again. Over and over again. Leo, what are you thinking? This is like ruminating energy. This is like 3 o'clock in the morning, like having these deep philosophical thoughts. Like, what is going on? How should I take this? Oh, yeah, okay. 5 of Cups in reverse. That's what I thought. I feel like it's like star-crossed lovers type of tease, Leo. Or like you or someone who was fond of you, or like I could have dated them, but like wrong timing, or I didn't take the hint, or whatever the case may be. I feel like with this particular energy, someone's crying over spilled milk, and I feel like you are that spilled milk, but I feel like they kicked it over and now they crying about it. And they really crying about it because they really realize like this is it. No Michael Jackson. This is it. And they realize that they missed out on the best thing of their life. They realize that they don't fucked over. But I feel like this particular person loves playing games. This could have been a hot shot. This could have been a person who's like, I got bitches, bitches, bitches. This could have been a person who was a gutter snake, gutter rat, all in these streets, all in people's sheets. Someone who was non-committal. Someone who liked to stoke the flames. Someone who liked to create third-party situations. Maybe even create children that they're not going to take care of. But nonetheless, the energy of like, life is a party. You are just an extra. My say goes. If you don't like it, you just replaceable. But now that they're realizing that the grass is not greener on the other side, and I feel like whatever demon time energy they were participating in, what goes around comes around. The grass was not greener, and the clown did come back to bite. And now they want to like lay back on you. They want to fall back on you. They want the old thing back, but you're not there. I feel like they realize that you moved on, and this is for real this time. I feel like they just now realize that you're not with them, but I feel like you haven't been in communication with this person for a very long time. But in this person's mind, they always thought you would be there. You'd be waiting at the window panes on some, if I had one wish. They really thought that, and because that's not it, they really looking at you like, so you really don't want to be with me though? So you really gonna break up with me though? Like this really ain't happening now? And you like, yeah, I'm really breaking up. Not even yeah, I'm really breaking up with you. We have not been together for 2 years. What are you talking about, sir? Ma'am, I'm about to put a restraining order on you. Like, what is this? And I feel like someone just realized 2 years later that you for real. What kind of sick shit is that? It's like people do not deal with their own childhood baggage. They don't deal with their own traumas. They don't check underneath their own hood, i.e. their brains. They don't go to therapy. They don't do personal awareness, self-development, emotional intelligence, to see like they look crazy in these streets. But in their heads, they think they're perfectly fine. And that's not the way grown-ass healthy adults act and behave. And because of that, they're really just finding out that like no one got that type of time to deal with their bullshit. Their bullshit is truly their bullshit, and they're just realizing this at their big old grown ass age. Like, what the heck? It's like their parents refuse to put them on timeout, and like the universe is putting them on timeout, and now they're having tantrums like Kanye. What the hell? Let's move on. Pisces, what you got? Not Pisces, Virgo. Oh, and the last reading I said the same thing too with Virgos. I called y'all Pisces and I knew it was Virgo. What is that? I know y'all are sister signs and you're opposition to each other, but it's just like, gosh darn, Virgos, why do I keep forgetting you and then mixing you up with Pisces? Let me know. What's going on with the Virgo collective? Virgos. Virgos. Ooh. Of course you're a Virgo, so of course that card would come out. Of course it would come out. Why wouldn't it come out? Let me pick it up real quick. It's the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Okay? Maybe y'all Virgos, because you're good for that. Y'all are the busy bodies of the zodiac sign. No shade. I just, kind of pick that Cancer. I'm just picking. I pick on me as Taurus. I pick on everybody. Just a cute little kiki. But for my Virgo collective, Page of Pentacles, I'm going to say the same thing I said for yesterday because I feel it. I feel it, so I'm going to say it. You cannot work yourself to death and not feel the misery and the hardships and the confinement of death. Like, death is final. There's not coming back from that. And I know it's like, damn, for the Virgos, like, damn, like, shit, talking about death? Like, what the hell? I say this to say is that you can't work yourself out of your current situation in the sense of life is not about work. Life is not about chasing these ideals. Let me save enough money, then I'll be able to do this. Let me get that together, and I'll be able to do that. And this, that. And it's just like you're accruing and saving and gathering all of these things, whether it's their material things like money or material things like education or whatever it is, you're aggregating these things together. But are you enjoying the process? No one's saying just vacation all day and not take care of your responsibilities. But I'm also not saying work yourself to the bone and then once you're like broken or once you're tired and once you're elderly, then you get to enjoy life. I feel like someone's having to learn that lesson. It's okay to sit on your ass and just enjoy that. It's okay to not have any plans for the day and it still be fulfilling, even if it wasn't quote unquote productive. It's okay to take time out. It's okay to treat yourself. It's okay to get your nails done. It's okay to get your hair done. It's okay to take that nature retreat. Whatever the case it is, it's okay to enjoy life. You deserve good things like everybody else. And you shouldn't feel shamed about it. You shouldn't feel guilty about it. You shouldn't feel like you are somehow not working hard enough. Like all of these extra tropes of bullish in this capitalist system, like you don't have to adhere to that. Like you deserve good things too. You deserve a break too. You deserve to take and tap out too, just like everybody else. And that doesn't make you weak or soft or lazy. It makes you human. Stop playing, Virgo. Stop playing. Enjoy yourself. You deserve you too. I didn't even see this card come out. It didn't come out, but turn over, I should say. But the Ace of Wands. I didn't see this card turn over. But as I'm shuffling, I see that it is, as I split the deck, I see that this was another card that was turned over along with that Page of Pentacles. So with this Ace of Wands, Spirit's like, just do it. Live, travel, go, be, get that peen if you desire. Make sure it's clean. Make sure you wrap it up. Safe sex is the best sex, but enjoy yourself. Enjoy being loved. Enjoy being nurtured. Enjoy being spoiled. Enjoy getting your getting you back, because you deserve that. Feel like you might be going through a Stella got her groove back scenario right now, and if so, that's your business because you're grown. Handle that. Now let's move on to Libras. Whew. What's going on with my Libras? Cause you're my lady. Are you falling in love? Because I feel like that's some of the message from yesterday too with the janky audio. I have to keep saying the audio was really janky, but the message was just so thorough. Ugh, the readings are always thorough. I feel that way. Oof, look at the card. I feel that way with love might be coming in. but it's not love that is true love. I feel like it's one of those like Nigerian scammer, Nigerian prince, 90-day fiance type of shit. Because I feel like that was the energy for yesterday. And as I was shuffling, the Tower card came out, and I was literally in between cracking the deck, and between two cards that I was going to shuffle together is a Wheel of Fortune and the Devil card. What I'm seeing with this, I'm still going to shuffle because that's not your core. I'm still going to shuffle. I'm going to do you right, leaves. I feel like someone wants to cause a Tower moment for you because they see you on the come up. They see your glow. They see your prosperity. They see your abundance. They see you like a moth to a flame. They see you. But they want to clip you. They want to hang on to you. They want to anchor themselves to you. They want to ride your coattail. But I feel like they're going to butter you up just to get you swooning. They might lay the D on you. They might tell you all the things that you want to hear or whatever. Woo. Look for the fairies deck with the Sacred Oracle card. So, but they just doing that to like sidetrack you so you don't see the bullshit for what it is. And because the look of the fairy card fell as I was shuffling for the Libras, I feel like it's one of those trust your intuition. If something seems funny, if something seems off, it really is. Don't be blinded by the darkness, blinded by the how that person makes you feel. He makes me feel good. Sex could be addictive. Addiction, sex is a thing. And I feel like someone might be trying to take over your mind by getting in your walls, Libra. And I need y'all to like not let that person do that to you, because like they're gonna take you off of your grizzy grind if you allow it. This person's gonna bring you back to square one, because misery loves company. And they feel like you're one of their blankie. There's your security for them in some way, shape, or form. So if they can get up in your head, they can get up in your bed, and next thing you know, you starting this cycle all over again. All over again. The Nine of Swords came out, and please, y'all, I swear to God, y'all see me shuffle. See me shuffle. I had to put out this warning. Because we got the Nine of Cups, but this time in reverse. Oh, God. I feel like someone in the past might try to come back, but they just here for a good night. They here for a good time, not a long time. And I feel like you have a lot of good energy with this person in the sense of like, they make you feel good. They butter you up. They about that action. They got swag. But very juvenile, very Peter Pan syndrome. Very much talk that talk, but don't walk that walk. It could be any like, you know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this is just the energy of someone who's just here, there, and everywhere. They're not committed to anything. They're very flighty. They're very much like excessive. And with the Nine of Cups in reverse, I feel like this is addicting. This is an in and out energy. They come when they want to come. They leave when they want to leave. They're not consistent to anybody. They don't consider anybody else's feelings. Like this is very much like they feel like it's a sport to be able to bed people. They feel like it's a sport to be able to manipulate people. They want to be able to glamour people so people would chase after them as they are chasing after other people. Right? So this is the energy of a particular person who wants people to sweat them. They want people to lose their minds over them, like how we do for celebrities, how we stand celebrities. We as in the collective, not we as in me. This person's looking for that because they are empty inside. They are hollow inside. So maybe they look good, smell good, talk good, maybe cross certain points on your checklist. Like they're tall, they have an education, woo-woo, but like internally they are empty, they are hollow, and they know that. So they want people to fixate on them. So by the time those people realize that that person was just putting on a show, that they weren't their authentic self, those people are already hooked on them, and now they're like some what do you call that? Love bombing with narcissists, right? They all in your face, they all in your space, they get you hooked. They romanticize you, and once you hooked, the real then comes out. And I feel like this is a game for this person. This person been acting in this way for so long. It's a game for them to be able to get people to like them, to be able to bed people, to be able to womanize women. Like this woman's calling, but what is this womanizing? They're chauvinist, they're sexist, and they get off on that. They think it's cute. Cut them off. Fuck that. And block their asses. Shit, if you gotta put a restraining order on their ass, put a restraining order on that. Let them know for real this time, you're not playing them games. Shit. I'm sorry, Leaves. I had to go hard in the paint for y'all because I am a Libra moon, but it's also like respect and dignity. Like, how dare you? Scorpios. This is your season, Scorpios. By the time next week happens, we will be in Sagittarius season. So what's going on with y'all Scorpions? Let's do one more shuffle. The audacity of that person, Leaves. The audacity. Let me find out it's you too, Leaves, because I ain't rocking with it if it's you. Don't be that person. Scorpios. What's going on with my Scorpios? Hopefully you're not looking out for revenge. I feel like it's stealthy energy. You don't see me, but I see you. I pop in when I want to, but it's not, what would we call that? It's not, what is the term? Goodness gracious. A relationship attachment. It's not avoidance. That's the term. I don't feel avoidance as opposed to like you just observing. You in the cut. You ain't saying too much. You ain't doing too much. But you watching. You taking notes. But you kind of got the mysterious thing going on because you ain't talking too much. You ain't talking loud. What's going on for you, Scorpios? 3 times the Nine of Cups. Goodness gracious. Still had to put that out there. 8 of Wands. Well, we are going into Sagittarius season. And Scorpios are the 8th house. I feel like there's a message coming in and it's ripping through the skies. As you can see, the clouds are being shredded by this vroom, vroom, vroom energy. So I feel like there's messages coming in, especially felt like messages were late. They were delayed. You were waiting for something. You were waiting for confirmation. You were waiting to take action. You were just kind of like, and I know you a fixed sign like I'm a fixed sign. When you got the inspiration to do something, you want to do it and you want to do it now because you're motivated. But when you gotta wait and it's not on your time, it's on divine timing, or you can't do something until you get the goal, until you get the rest of the bigger picture, it feels anxious and you feel antsy because it's just like, I want to now. It's my money and I want to do it now. It's like the energy of like, I'm just not anxious in a sense of like nervousness, but anxious in the sense like, I just want to get it done. And I feel that way. And I feel like you had to learn to balance that energy within because sometimes you want what you want, but it's just not that time because everything's divine timing. And I know it sucks. I mean, as a Taurus, my strong suit isn't patience. As a Taurus, my strong suit isn't patience. But I feel like you had to learn patience through this because whatever that's coming in is going to be so blinding, so abundant, so fruitful, so thorough, so grounding, where it's just like, I hated the wait, but now that it's here, I understand why I needed to wait. Because it was only getting bigger and better. It was gaining momentum. It was only going to be what I wanted and then more tenfold over. And that's what I'm getting with this particular energy, Scorpios. It's a long wait, I know, but you getting tens across the board. So even though it was a long wait, you're definitely going to be not even surprised, maybe surprised about like how good it is, but it's like once it finally comes in, you're like, fuck. It's like climax. Since we're talking about it, Scorpio, sex, secrets, lies, deception, but also rebirth. Since we're talking about it, it's like climaxing. I mean, it's all to the goodie, the friction and the rubbing, but like the best part is the climax. And I feel like there's a climactical thing happening in your life, prediction-wise, towards the end of the year, and you will be more than happy. And you probably might be even more humble when this comes in because it's just like, fuck, I really thought I was only going to get this, or, you know, maybe it would have happened, but I would have never thought of this, that, and the third. And you getting this, that, and the third, Scorpios. But let's move on to the Sagittariuses. You bitches are my sons. Nicki Minaj, Queen Sag herself, who's getting dragged. I feel like every time this girlie comes out, she just finds a way to get herself dragged, finds a way to be problematic or say something out of her face and out of her ass that she can't catch, if you catch my drift. But let me not drag y'all. I know Sagittarius is like, what did I do? What that got to do with me? I'm not Miss Minaj. I hear you. I hear you. That's not you. What that got to do with you? That's none of your business. I hear you. That might be the energy you on. Like, what that got to do with me? Don't talk about this person. Don't bring that shit to me. What that got to do with me? X-nay on that. Very much separating yourself. The wheat from the chaff from the wheat. Is that how it goes? The cream from the crop. Is that how it goes? The point is, you're making it known. This is me. This is them. No intersection. We stay in our lane. Why? Wow. That's such a drawing the sword. Was it drawing a line in the sand? Very much so. Woo. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, Sagittarius. So you got to the point too. I didn't even have to really do that thorough shuffle. Y'all was just like, nope. This is what it is. Nine of Pentacles. So Sagittarius is. I think you're thinking the long game. But I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles, you might be investing in something. You might be learning something new, investing in something new, whether it's like cryptocurrency or whether it's like a new skill. It could also mean like taking, I don't want to say a bet, but it's one of those situations where, for example, let's say you are first generation wanting to go to college and your parents are like, okay, I'm going to take out a mortgage on the house. I'm going to pick up a second shift. I'm going to do whatever it takes to help my kid get to where they need to get to. I'm investing all that I have within this situation. Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like it might feel like a lot of pressure on your shoulders, especially if you feel as if this is not your doing, this is not of your choosing, but this is because of, let's say, your father, your mother, great expectations put on to you. And you might feel like it's underwhelming and overwhelming. And you might feel like you are not up to par. But what I will say with this situation, Sagittarius, don't do something that you don't want to do to appease other people, because it's not just getting the education. It's not just the commitment. It's the journey, correct? You don't just get into college, do orientation, get your syllabus, and then the next month you're in graduation. That's not how it happens. You don't just get your syllabus and graduate. That's not how it happens, right? Even if we're talking about a 2-year associate's degree, that takes 2 years. So I don't want you to feel like you have to speed up and pressure yourself to get to a particular point. But I also don't want you to agree to something that you know that's not really your steez, but you're doing it because there's great expectations put on your shoulders. So you got to figure out what you're going to commit to, because whatever you got to commit to, you got to commit to it for the long run. So you might as well make sure whatever the hell it is something that you actually want to do, and you're not doing it because other people are trying to make you do it, force you to do it, or they're putting the pressure on you to do it. Maybe you feel like you are the person who's taking, let's say a child, because the Knight of anything is it's action. The Knights are actions, right? But they tend to be very young. So this could be pressure from a parent. Maybe a parent is over expecting you to take care of them, or they have adultified you. They rely too heavily on you. Maybe you feel burdened by this parent. Maybe they feel as if, like, kind of like Black China's mama, Tokyo Tony, you owe me, I'm your mother. Maybe they have that energy where they feel entitled to you, entitled to your energy. But I feel like, again, if you don't set boundaries, people are going to continue to take advantage. But also with this, I feel like don't commit to something that you really feel like this ain't for you. Because it's not just the commitment. You also have to follow through. And there's nothing worse than sticking to something that you really don't want to do to make other people happy. Interestingly enough, again, the look for the fairies card fell out for my discussion in regards to the Sagittarius is be true to yourself. If you don't know what you want to do, that's perfectly fine too. But do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel quote unquote normal. That feels right to you. And everything else, let go and let God. If they really love you, if they really support you, they gonna accept your method of being and doing without trying to force your hand, you know? Let us move on to the Captastics. Capricorns. What's going on for my Capricorns? What's going on for my Capricorns? Suited and booted. Okay. I'm feeling the energy like yesterday's reading. Someone's getting suited up. Someone's about to take the throne. Someone's really about to get their grown woman, grown man on. But it's really, you earn this position. You raise, not raise, but like you rise up the ranks. You rise up the ranks. You rise up the ladder. And I'm using the same story that I gave you yesterday because I feel like it still applies today, especially since the abundance planning hit the deck that I'm shuffling. So that makes me think that you plan for it, just like the story I'm about to give you as an example. This gives me energy of like when someone, like let's say for example a male, a black male, went to some type of juvenile detention, went to prison, something of that sort, and they, you know what, I gave this example when that's literally Malcolm X. The man in my head isn't Malcolm X, but that's literally Malcolm X's story. So let me just talk about Malcolm X, like duh. Okay. So this is gonna be a story of like you have transitioned from a Malcolm Little to a Malcolm X, in the sense of like there's something that happened in your life that may have taken you from your original point. Maybe your hood, maybe your home, maybe all the things that you were raised in. And being in isolation from that environment, you started taking steps into your evolution, into your personal development, into your self-awareness. And because of that experience, that has shaped you to become a brand new person. And with great responsibility, great power comes great responsibility. And now you're navigating in the space of a Malcolm X in your own right. Of course, there's only one Malcolm X. I'm not saying you're the reincarnated Malcolm X, Capricorn, like relax, Captastic. But what I am saying is that you are rising as an ascended master. You are rising as an emperor. You are rising as an authority figure, not because you want to poo-poo in people's faces and try to control them, but it's really because you're grown. You're refined. You have experiences. You have wisdom. You've been there and you've done that. You are the living embodiment. You are the living example of what is potential, what is potential realized, right? Very much what happens when the dream isn't deferred. What happens when the deferred dreams manifest? Maybe not for the dreamer, but the child of the dreamer. Very much my ancestors beat ass, so today I could be free. That type of energy that I'm getting, Capricorn. Very much like rising from the ashes. Very much Phoenix rising. Seven of Swords. Okay. Communication. I see with the Seven of Swords energy, I feel like a lot of y'all are making plans, big plans, Capricorn. But it's not just plans for yourself, but I feel like this is community. I feel like this is legacy building, literally. With this particular energy, it's like taking the meat, eating the meat and spitting out the bones. I feel like because you are who you are, the experiences that you have and the way that you talk, the way that you're able to draw a crowd, the way that you do how you do what you do is leaps and bounds more than those who got the degree and got the fraternity thing going on, the nepotism thing going on, the Ivy League education. Bump all that. Bump all that. You could have the conversations with the layman man. You can have the conversation with the dude on the block. You could have the conversation with the mayor, because you are who you are. And that is what makes you the people's champ, because you ain't never had to switch up. You ain't never had to be something that you wasn't. You ain't never stepped off of your square. You only became better at who you are and what you do. Shit, Capricorn. Whoo, moving forward with that Seven of Swords, moving through with your brain, crown chakra, heavy, insightfulness. It's like, I'm doing what I'm doing, yeah, because I want to do it, but I'm also doing because it's my divine right. It's my life calling. It's bigger than me. Spirit is working through me. I am just a vessel. That's the energy that I'm getting. And a lot of y'all are about to be bigger than life in whatever field that you do. Again, I'm not saying you the reincarnation of Malcolm X, but whatever the hell that you do, you gonna do it to the level of a Malcolm X figure, if you catch my drift. I feel like that was a compliment, Capricorns. I don't really compliment y'all like that, because I said y'all in Aries are the most captastic of the zodiac wheel. But I'm gonna give you your props. I give proper props or dues, Capricorns. You earned that. Feel like you're on your North Star, your North Node. Now, I mean, you really coming into your assignment, alignment with your assignment. I feel like you're really growing. I feel like you're really rising. Very much like, you know, the halo effect whenever you watch TV shows. They're like, ah, like the light starts shining. I feel like that's happening to you on a spiritual level, on a personal development level. Like your crown chakra is opening, the pathway is opening. You are walking with grace, divine grace. So use your power wisely. Moving on. Aquarius says, what you got for me? Aquarius. It's Aquarius. Aquarius. Let me see if the card that came out for you yesterday is going to come out for you today. And it didn't come out, but they are siblings. I always say this, especially when I'm doing personal readings. When it comes to Capricorn energy, goddammit, you either going to get the World card or you're going to get the Devil card. But you ain't going to get both. It's either or. So what is your energy signature giving? How you moving, how you walking, how you talking. And apparently Aquarius says today, or the energy, is the World card. Yesterday y'all got the Devil and I was shook. Especially since Aquarius is right after Capricorn. I was shook. I'm not even going to hold you. I was like, literally. Get the World card. I feel like certain cycles are ending for you, Aquariuses. And as you can see with the World card, it has all of the fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. And y'all are Aquariuses. So I feel like there is an energy where you can't do this shit no more. I feel like you've outdone yourself in some cycle, good or bad. And it's just like you're either disgusted with the situation or disgusted with yourself or disgusted in the way that you behaved in a certain situation. The World card here. And you have infinity sign. So it's you co-creating with the divine. As you can see that she has 2 wands here. I feel like with this particular energy, Aquarius, is you realize that you can't do this shit no more. It's kind of giving me big pun. I don't want to be playing it no more. Maybe you were playing, you're realizing that when you play, you get burned in more ways than one. But I feel like someone might be trying to come back to earth or realize they got to come back to earth. Maybe they were sucking their own dick. They were glamorizing themselves. They were being their own biggest fanboy. And they realized the chaos that they've created, being delusional. Very much of that Neptune energy of like, I'm the best and no one can do it like me and I'm above it all. And maybe this is the energy of very much runner-chaser complex. Someone's avoidant and someone is clingy. And maybe you've been the avoidant one, but now you find yourself clinging onto something that's toxic because you don't have the upper hand. Now you're seeing it from a codependent point of view and you're realizing that you can't do this shit no more. You can't run the streets no more. You can't be oblivious to things no more. You can't be in this low vibrational energy no more. You can't recreate the image by playing escapism. This could be someone who does a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol, tries to disassociate what's presently going on in their lives. with the World card, this is 21, this is the final card of the major arcanas, but also with endings comes new beginnings. And I feel like with this particular energy, Aquarius, this is time to dead that shit. I mean, come on now, this is the Taurus Full Moon eclipse. Like, what are we talking about? Nothing but changes. And I feel like with this particular energy, you are seeing yourself for who you are. It's kind of like that ugly cry. You see yourself in the mirror, you're like, who am I? I'm hideous. I don't even recognize myself. You're coming to that moment. I feel like maybe you spend a lot of your time talking about it's not me, it's them, and people are jealous, they don't understand me. It was cool to make excuses, but maybe you're getting to a particular age in your life. People are looking at you sideways. You're realizing your fandom, whatever the hell that is getting smaller and smaller. Your reputation's getting worse and worse. You ain't really got shit going for you. You know, things ain't really up to par, and it's just like, I can't play these games no more. I can't engage in these low vibrational energies anymore. Like, something gotta give, something gotta change. And with the naked woman, that could be a woman realizing that she needs to go through some like cleansing of the soul type of energy. Naked with the stars, right? Very much of that energy. Downcast pride. But I also feel sacrifice as well. But I also feel like if this is a male, they might be realizing they have a sex addiction. They might be realizing that they're shallow. They might be realizing that they only see themselves through sexual conquest, because Aquarius energy is the energy of collectives, the house of collectives, group collectives. So maybe this person or you has been on the internet and like scrolling through Grindr, scrolling through Plenty of Fish, scrolling through Tinder, and that's the way that they commune with people. Just very basic, very minimal actual connection is actual conversation, and the rest of the time is just effing, fooling around, hitting it, quitting it, and then acting as if like that's the highlight to life. And now they're realizing that that can't be it, and they got to make that change. They can't keep pointing fingers at other people if they are the common denominator. And I'm gonna let this ambulance fly through, so pause with me. And let us continue. Because I hate the police ambulance sound, and I hate it within video. So I heard it coming in. I was just like, look, let's just take a moment of silence on that ass. Then it dipped. All right. Aquarius, y'all got work to do. Handle that. Pisces, what you got for me? Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. What do you got for me, Pisces? Oh, that was heavy. It could be child too. It could be like I was following the footsteps of my mother. This is the way my mother showed love. This is the way my mother said this is how love is. Maybe my mother taught me like value my body, and if I can utilize my body, I get money. Or like maybe someone doesn't get deep into knowing a person. They just like them for material goods, or they like them because they look good. There's no depth. And I'm feeling like someone is learning that they're shallow, and their actions and the outcomes of their lives because they are shallow. And it is time for them to be deep, but deep with themselves first. Gotta love yourself, or no one else will. Or even if they do love you, you're not going to really know what that is. It's going to feel so foreign and strange to you because you're accustomed to that low vibrational energy. Final card for my collective, Pisces in particular. Temperance. Temperance, temperance, temperance. And it came up right for y'all. Temperance. So, my Pisces, I feel like y'all are having space and grace for yourself. You're taking time out to give yourself the love that you deserve. But I also feel like this is with life. Because as you can see, this is a angel on earth, and she's testing the water. She has 1 foot on or in the water and 1 foot on land. And as you can see, the sun is setting, and she has 2 chalices that she is mixing with, right? So I feel like this is someone who's trying to test the waters but still keep their balance. It's an awkward position to take. It's kind of like balancing on a trampoline, or is it a trampoline? What's that thing? A tightrope. You're balancing yourself on a tightrope while juggling. That's hard. Balancing yourself on a tightrope is hard in and of itself. Balancing yourself as you're juggling is hard in and of itself. So put them two together is even harder. And I feel like that's what you're going on with your life, Pisces. You may have moved from another location. Also with the Aquarius energy, this could be someone, because I remember it now, this could be someone who's foreign, who's acting the way that they are in the Aquarius portion, or this could be someone from another country, another town. This is in and out energy, like thief in the middle of the night. They come and they bed you, and like by the time you wake up, they're gone. This could be someone who is kind of like an international gigolo, or that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Catch Me If You Can. Very scammy energy. But moving on back into the Pisces energy. I feel like with y'all may have broken certain boundaries. Like this could be the first time in your life that you lived alone. This could be the first time in your life where you left home. This could be the first time in your life in a career that you just started. Maybe you spent the last 10 years of your life in accounting, and now you're spending this new chapter in your life in construction. It's one of those type of things. And I feel like with this, is really, at this point in your life, Pisces, it's really defining what your life is on your own terms. And it sounds easier said than done. It's like reconfiguring who you are as a person. What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What is your lifestyle? How do you, it's really just a fundamental rebuild, right? Whereas, what was it? Capricorn was rising from the ashes, Phoenix rising from the ashes. But for Pisces, it's slightly different, because I don't feel like you're rising from the ashes, as opposed to you are defining who do I call family. Family is blood, but family is also the people that you choose to be in your life. How do I define work? Work could be just a little bullshit ass job I have to pay bills, or work could be my life passion. This is what I put my heart and soul into. So it's really asking you, how do you want to present in this world, and how are you going to manifest that? Of course, your stability matters, your material needs matter, but also, is that fulfilling in the way that, let's say, music and composing your own music is fulfilling, right? Like, being able to have your Spotify plan is great and all, but is that as fulfilling as teaching yoga in the wilderness? I don't know if you would do that, but like, there's that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the practical plan, but the practical plan don't always mean that that's the plan for you, basically. So Spirit is saying, like, if you don't like this, that's fine. Spirit's not going to tell you got to deal with something, got to put up with something. But Spirit's like, the fire that you're looking for, it's not going to happen all in and of itself. You got to put that fire underneath your ass. You got to go out there and go out and do something. You got to make it happen. This is a actual Sagittarius energy type of cards, mutable just like Pisces are mutable. But you see it's surrounded by water. So if you're looking for that fire, looking for that passion, you're looking for that courage, it's inside of you. You got to tap into yourself, into your own subconscious limitations, fears, guilt, and whatnot, and deal with that. So you can rise to the occasion. Instead of setting, you're rising to your potential. You're creating and manifesting the life that you see fit. Because it's not enough that you just think about it. It's not enough that you just talk about it. You got to be about it. You got to put that action into it. So Spirit is saying, no one's going to give you the life that you see fit. You have to give it to yourself. You got to create it for yourself. So you might want to start with that, like abundance planning, you know? But that's what I have for the collective. Hopefully the message hits. Hopefully it resonates. Interestingly enough, the time frame for this reading is relatively the same as the time frame of yesterday's reading, so I don't feel like I did more or less. I feel like I'm on par. So thank you for staying tuned. What I am going to do is premiere this as a live for today. I didn't know what later on gave me or was going to give me, so I was like, look, let me just do this now and see what happens, you know. If I got time now, I'm going to do what it do now versus later on, and then other things might happen. So I felt that spark, Pisces, and I made it happen. Find your spark and make it happen. Okay? Because if there's a will, there's a way. Believe that. If you could believe it, you could achieve it. Okay? But that is a reading for the collective. Hopefully it hits, hopefully it resonates. Let me hit you with the shameless plugs. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube. Paint Your Truth. On Instagram, it is Paint Your Truth _. Don't forget the underscore, but everywhere else it's paint your truth, regular spelling. If you want to reach out to me via email for a personal reading, or if you're in the Massachusetts area and you would like your own personal workshop in regards to process painting, wellness, mindfulness, tapping into giving you the love that you see fit, getting into your mental fitness, then you can reach out to me via email at paintyourtruth.art@gmail.com. Everything in the description box, just like all the other YouTubers. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. I feel like I talked enough, but hopefully you are able to ride out these energies of the Taurus full moon eclipse. Hopefully you cut your losses where you see fit, but also you water your garden, you give your time space and grace, you love upon yourself, you do that shadow work so you could be bigger and better than you were. Okay, because you deserve you more than anything else, period. So with all that being said, y'all, be blessed, be enlightened, be loved. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I shall see you on the next tarot or paint your truth session. Be blessed, be enlightened, be loved. I am out. Peace.